All right, the recording has begun. Clean hands, empty bladder. We're good. For more RimWorld Biotech. I don't need to do all the keywords anymore, I don't think, since this is going to be edited. Hi, me. Let's go to Aram. Welcome in. Cancer, welcome in. That went really well, though. Yeah, that I was not expecting 5 centipedes. The flame centipede really could have screwed us over. And I think it's time that we replace these, unfortunately. Unfortunately. We got a little bit of plasteel from that. Enough to actually build those barricades in there to help if that happens again. So, Rhino, we'll leave that grenade on you, just in case. If you read this, subscribe. No, seriously though, speaking of that, Reeve, I don't say that stuff enough, and I really should. And so, you might be like, why should you? When I look at my YouTube stats, something like 72% or something like that, last time I looked, of people that come back and watch multiple videos. So these are people that are actively coming back to the channel over and over, don't subscribe to it on YouTube. And the subscription number, I mean, as long as like watching and stuff helps out the most, but the subscription number does actually matter for a few reasons. And the big one is companies use that as a metric to pay me more or less. That's one of the big ones. So if you're already watching on YouTube, especially if you watch multiple videos, it would be awesome if you would subscribe. It does help out. And if you're here in the Twitch chat, if you haven't subscribed on YouTube, lots of content over there, including guides, all kinds of crazy playthroughs. You know the drill. I'd appreciate it. So, all right, we're going to smooth this part here so I can repair those as well. Corporate companies are dumb but rich. Let's go to Wrangler. Welcome in. Gamer Girl. Welcome back. This is the first series that's going to be edited on YouTube. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens with this. Yeah. Smash that like button with all the force in your body. All right. What's the fastest way to level crafting from 2? So crafting experience is gained when they are doing crafting, not when it's complete like some other things. So to level crafting, the easiest way to like grind it out, if you don't care about what they make, is to put them outside in a dark place or a cold place, whatever that makes them do the craft longer. So outside, cold, you know, blindfolded, whatever that makes them do the crafting longer. And then just give them something you don't care about that takes a long time, like plate armor, like wooden plate armor, and you can cancel it before the end if you want. If you're only doing it for experience, you can do it that way. If you want them to actually make something, you know, I would suggest making something that you can sell even at low quality, but yeah, you want them to take as long as possible to do their craft because that's where they get the experience from. I know there are some things in the game where they get experience once the item is just finished, like as the item finishes, but with crafting, it's the entire process. So breakneck edit speed, it's dizzying. Oh yeah, mine are not going to be. So when I was looking for an editor, I very specifically said that I want the YouTube videos that I have to still be like chill videos and to be a representation of the stream so that if someone watches on there and they like the edited video and they come to the stream, it's not like a night and day difference. So you don't have to worry. My YouTube videos will not be like basically a 30-minute TikTok video, like where it's like zooming in different things and everything is popping up words on the screen and there's memes and farting nonstop. It's fine. I just saw a video like that like this morning, so no worries. It should be a representation of the actual stream, just condensed pretty much. All right, we're actually doing okay on mushrooms now, so I think I can switch back to some meals. Okay. Watching fart videos? No, I was watching this game. It was actually a TikTok video or a short video on YouTube. It was a game video, and for some reason, between transitions, they had just a fart sound. There was nothing related to it at all. But farts are funny. It was very weird. 30-minute TikTok video sounds like torture. It's like, what is that? It was like a screen wipe, and every time I do a screen wipe, oh, maybe that's why. Chair gaming cut out while I'm gone. Maybe that's why. All right. So Wildman wandered in. Let's check them out here. Lexan, pessimist. They're pretty and kind, but they're down on themselves. I've never met anyone like that before in my life. It's like most people I meet. Sad but true, sad but true. All right. All right, let's get this all fixed here. Well, I gotta wait for him to do the smoothing. Lowering attention span even further. Yeah, there is I saw a study, an advertising study, that was basically saying that the most popular videos right now in general are 8-second videos. That past that, people start losing attention at 12 seconds. It's like, holy crap. None of those people are watching my YouTube videos, that's for sure. Put a single 10 to 15 second segment of chair versus everything. Chat scrolling on the side. Shelves not good? They sure are, that's why I'm using them. There's a shelf, there's a shelf, there's a shelf. I'm using them where I need them right now. I don't need them everywhere. I really need to go trade some of this beer though, but I'm really not wanting to send someone off. Man, I really don't want to send anyone off. Well, like 8 hours, that's right. Take 30-second. Well, it depends on. So I will tell you that I do watch a lot of the short form videos, but you know what they're for? Recipes and stuff like that. I hate going to a recipe site and it being like friggin' their life story and 6 pages of ads, and then you have to click next for every part of the recipe. Like, screw that. Our wealth is right at 60,000. But there's a lot of shorts videos that are just recipes. It's literally like, combine this and this and this, and here's the measurement on the screen, and this is the outcome. I watch those quite a bit. Single shells? Yeah, the single shells are really nice because of the triple stack. Those videos are for poop time. Mad Muffalos. This is mass animal insanity. So that actually does count as a major event. 6 Muffalo. I think I'm actually going to fight them so that we can get some more shooting experience. A regular section on the stream where I just rant about something. You like those? Have you been here for a Greedfall rant? Haven't done one of those in a few months. I don't know why millennial is a catch-all phrase for like young people. I'm a millennial. The oldest millennials are turning 40. 40-year-old millennials. That's millennials. Those are the ones propagating TikTok videos. All right, let's go get some experience here. The Winston Waves map, it's not the same seed, no. No, the Winston Waves map was actually better. But it is similar, but not the same one. Winston Waves map, a little bit better. Children, you fire from the back, please. So Muffalo can't cross the plasteel barricade. I'm hoping that we'll be able to shoot them though. No, Winston Waves is a different map than Igor, yeah. Igor is still the strongest map I've ever seen. Like literally nothing close. I've never seen a seed, a natural map seed that is as good as the Igor seed that we found. Muffalo are stopped by barricades because barricades count as fences, if anyone's wondering what's going on there. So if you go into animals information, it'll say stopped by fences, and if it says yes, even manhunters are stopped. So like these bison, if you go in, and like I said, any animal, and you look, and I'll highlight it here. Blocked by fences, yes. So if it says blocked by fences, they also are blocked by sandbags and barricades, and even if they're manhunters. Are the seeds still relevant? They were working, yeah, last time I tried one, yep. The Igor seed, yep. I haven't tried it in 1.4 though. So I haven't checked it in 1.4. But it was still working in 1.3 for sure. Back, just bust down all your fences and barricades in it. Bad muffalo, etc. Destroy the fence in your burn tunnel. Yep, yep. What was the worst thing that ever... So I've only been raided one time when I was AFK. Believe it or not, when I got up, it was against Cassandra, actually. I thought she went on cooldown, but I was off by about a half a day. I got up from my chair. I started walking towards the door, and then I heard the raid notification through my headset as I was about to leave the door, and I ran back in. But I've only ever been raided one time while AFK with no pause. I think we are good to get some more of these vats going now. Love this P music song. Do you think anything can be as fearsome as 3 vat-grown dwarf babies? That's a good question. I gotta get someone traded off here. I'm just gonna have to take someone. I need like 1 pack animal. Donkey would be perfect. Oh, the donkey's actually close by too. Hi mate probably won't get pregnant. No, she's too old. The percent chance is so low, even with a 400% bonus. Good job, Ramnam. Look at you. Do you need to be over 18 to sell alcohol? No. All right, let's get a name for a donkey out of the animal naming queue. We haven't named a pet in a while, so let's use that here. Name a RimWorld pet. This is so dumb. Sacrifice Mule, named by Zidian. Thanks, Zidian. Thanks. Vampires get pregnant and they stay young. Oh, maybe we should get a vampire. No growth moments? Not yet, no. They're at 4 years old. They'll get one at 7. They'll get one at 7. All right. Perfection. It's very fitting, yeah. Okay, who do I need the least around here right now? Probably Soul Sapper, honestly. Sorry, Soul Sapper. Like, for right now, you're probably the one that is least needed. You can probably solo anything that comes your way as well. Only a 2 social. It's true, he was getting sick all the time earlier. That would suck. That would suck. It's not a meat. Someone's gonna rot. Can't solo the plague. Alright. I think I'm going to take Soul Stab. We're gonna make him a bedroll. So let's see here. We'll make that blue fur. I don't want to send 2 people, no. So I'll explain that. So if you don't know, there's a trick, I guess I would call it, with caravanning. If you send a single person, a single animal, in less than 10,000 wealth, you will only ever get ambushed by a single melee raider or 2 small animals. That's it. It literally can't be higher than that. as soon as you send a second person, the ambushes get way bigger. We're talking like getting attacked by like 13 people or whatever, 8 people, 7 people, whatever. But if you send one person, one animal, and less than 10,000 wealth, the game will never hit that raid with more than 1 melee enemy or 2 small animals. So it's you'll see in my recent playthroughs, if you go back and watch any of them, that I almost always have a single person caravan going back and forth, and it's because it's so safe. Is 1 meal at a time for cooking experience? No, there's 2 reasons for 1 meal at a time. I haven't gone over it this playthrough, so I'll go over it. 1 second. Do I have pemmican to... Okay, let's drop on the floor. Right now, she's going to get in the meat because this has been dropped on and it's full of stuff. But anyway, the reason why I do 1 meal at a time, there's 2 reasons. 1, I don't want them to proc food poisoning and get all 4 meals at once if they're making it. So if we make 1 meal at a time, gets food poisoning, and we catch that or whatever, someone eats it, whatever, we're not doing 4. But another big one for me is that 4 meals at a time takes a lot more work time, and if we get raided or an event happens or whatever and I have to draft that person and pull them and they were 75% of the way done, I don't get any of the meals. If I'm doing 1 at a time in that same allotted time, I would have had 3 meals, but instead I have 0. It's more important against Randy in that sort of way because you can time it with Cassandra. But those are the 2 reasons I usually do 1x, and I generally just do drop in place and I have the shelves there. The reason why they're having to walk back and forth right now is just because this is filled up with them just dropping on the floor. We'll fix that later. But yeah, that's why I like doing 1x. I used to do 4x all the time. Yeah, so they can pollute the entire stack. Yep. You scared of infestations? We just had one earlier. It wasn't too bad. I think we're probably at about 6 hives now, I would guess, with our wealth. You can have 1 animal, Kruger. Yeah, 1 animal. If you have more than that, it goes up. Cassandra is harder than Randy overall. On average, so I tell people, I play against Randy more often, but I always tell people, and it's in my guide about storytellers as well, that Randy kills you by accident, Cassandra kills you on purpose. So that's on average, Cassandra is going to be harder in the long run. Now, she's predictable, but overall, because Randy can roll at 0.5 modifier, Randy can also literally not attack you for years. Now, on the flip side of that, Randy can roll a 1.5 and attack you like 3 times in a row, which, yeah, that's why I was saying like the on accident part of that, or by accident. But yeah, in general, Cassandra, on average, on the course of a long playthrough, especially late game, it's going to be more difficult. Do mechs count as pawns or animals? Mechs only count as raw wealth, so I don't think so. Selected memory, Randy. Randy's just clumsy. Randy's just playing with some toys. Cassandra is very likely to do the 1-2 punch kill thing that she's really known for. So the way that Cassandra works is she has a 10.6 day cycle. So a 10.6 day cycle, what does that mean? Well, for 4.6 days, she can attack you with up to 2 major events within 4.6 days. They can be really close together. They can be a few days apart. But on average, she attacks you with 2 events every 4.6 days. And then she goes on cooldown for 6 days where she can't attack you with a major event. So the 1-2 punch that she's really good at is doing things like the first raid in that 4.6, breach raid. It opens your walls. Maybe you just barely survive it. Her second raid, massive like animal attack that just goes right through the breacher hole. So there's the 1-2 punch from Cassandra is it's kind of predictable, but sometimes you just can't do anything about it, even though you know it's coming. Let's see. I doubt we're going to get to Devil Strand in this run. We technically could. We could actually throw it under the mountain, but it would take a friggin' year to make. We'll get to Noble Peril. Breacher hole. So, Mechanosaur with 35k wealth, you were getting like 7 people. Was that on 5? It was on Strive, okay. Or humanoid raids? Yeah, it's just random, man. In fact, mech clusters don't even have that huge % chance. I think it's like a 1.7 roll for a mech cluster. And it's a 7.4 roll, weighted roll for like a raid. So you're just getting unlucky. You noticed that with Cassandra, so you prefer Randy? All right, let's extract this, and then we're gonna hit the road, I guess. Get rid of some of this wealth. Is it possible to get a Mechanosaur without starting with one? Yes, I can show you right here. I'm not gonna do it, but there's a couple different ways. But one of the ways is most starting maps will have this. So look for this on your starting map, the Ancient Exostrider midsection. See, it contains an ancient mechanoid transponder. Attack this to destroy it. That will start you on your journey. There was a granny summon. King Min. Did you already do a quote King Min? If not, let me know. Yeah, no problem. You can also get other quests, but that one will start you on your journey most often. All right, so we're gonna send Soul Sapper. Soul Sapper. I'm not worried about Soul Sapper like killing someone. That I think they would solo anyone that attacks them. But I am worried about a raid hitting before they're off the map. All right. $2.8 days. Ouch. All right, Soul Sapper, good luck. Good luck. Exit the map from under the mountain. If you dig, I don't know how I can force them to do it. Maybe. Your ideal Randy would be more likely to roll a raid. No guarantee roll. No delay between waves. Yeah, there's a couple of things, and there are modded storytellers. There's a couple of things. So one is if it made it so Randy, like if he hadn't rolled a raid in a certain number of time, maybe it keeps increasing the % chance of him to roll one. That would be nice. Like that way you don't get where Randy goes to sleep for literally like 2 years and you don't get a raid. Or like a Cassandra storyteller where the cycle is a little bit more random and her raid points were randomized. Either one of those would be kind of cool. I know there are mods like that, but Soul Sapper. Old train song? No. You're thinking of Soul Sister, I believe. The launch event is the same between them. Yeah, I don't know if that's how it used to be, Bill, but the launch event is the same. Yeah, it's handled completely separately from the storytellers. Really liked the Mechanosaur start. I liked it too. Yeah. Oh, you mean like getting the? I got you. Getting it from the map. Lost a run because you're running super low on food. Grabbed all your pawns. Hunt a close animal. It's a boomalo. Went manhunter with the 4 others around it. Staggered the explosions. Ouch. New kill tunnel setup. Not really. We've used it before, but it's in a while. But it's a product of the kind of weapons that we're using. So in this run, we're using heavy weapons only as dwarves. So personal bias. Well, yeah, it could be like. So in the ship launch event, you can get anywhere from like 15 to 25 raids. So sometimes you get a crap load. So maybe like the times that you've gotten to, and to be fair, most people, including me, I mean, I haven't done, okay, I've done a lot of ship launches, but anyway, most people don't do a lot of ship launches. I'm kind of fortunate I get to play so much, but if you've had a couple of Randy runs where it was low rolls, you got like the base end, and then you had like some other ones that roll the top end, it can definitely feel that way, like a confirmation bias type thing. Oh yeah, I'm not like just flat out saying you're wrong. That's why I was asking, like, anything like that. But anyway, who knows? Different must be that's another thing too, like with all the, like, seriously, I know you're joking, but with all like hot fixes and everything going all the time, you just never know. All right, so the next raid should be a little bit smaller since we got rid of some wealth and we have one less colonist on the map right now. Let's see, we have a 4-year-old, 2 4-year-olds right now. Be happy when they get to 7. See what kind of dwarves they're becoming. Let's get biosculpting. And I just want Rhino to finish up over here, and then we'll start on some new projects. This game once, it really, you lose interest when you're done building. Just never stop building. Just never stop building. Med, thank you for the Twitch Prime, by the way, Med. Flatulent Badgers, thank you for the Twitch Prime also. Thank you, Badgers. Play Amphibian got like 20. Yeah. So the ship launch event, yeah, it's like that with any of the 3. It's its own separate thing. We got this wild person in here. I'm not sure what to do with him as a dwarf. I think we'll just kill him. They're an animal. They're not a real person. They're eating our food. We gotta protect the youth. Protect the baby bean dwarves. Don't eat their nutrients. Invaders in the mountain. Okay. I don't know. That's what I was wondering too. If we could force them to leave that way. I'm not sure. Maybe. That was brutal. Yeah, well, animals stay outside. Can kids get anything capable of violence on their own? I don't know. Actually. I haven't seen it pop up, Studer, so I don't know if it's a possibility outside of you picking something yet. I mean, outside of like genes, obviously. But
welcome back. Your steadfast loyalty is greatly appreciated.
I haven't seen it, so it doesn't mean it's not possible though. Can raids cannot spawn from that? No. Oh, I should have seen what they were going to trade. Whoops. Folk, thank you for the 3 months. Thank you, Folk. Raids cannot spawn from a roofed edge tile, and these are permanently roofed. It's another day in the colony. We're being mostly honorable dwarves this playthrough is what I've been calling it. Mostly honorable dwarves. Buy cats. I do need 1 cat. 1 cat would be nice. Quest active. Okay, it's complex. That's what I could use paint for. I'll use paint to paint something here that says raids can't spawn this way. That's a good idea. I like that idea. I like that. And then I'll have a big section down here and it just says singularity still works. And when someone comes in, I'll just go down here and I'll just point at the screen for just a second. No, it has to be in big red letters. Big orange, friendly letters. And then over here, I'll tell you. I'll spell out yes, bedrooms. Barracks not nerfed. That's one of our stretch goals of this run. Did you find the ship spot in the world map? Yeah, you always do, yeah. But I'm not going to it. We have the quest for it, but yeah, I won't be doing it. Put a NordVPN logo. Make it all orange except for 1 green dot. Yeah, we're overproducing mushrooms again. Now that those babies died. Right. What win scenario? I'm not sure yet. Maybe royal. Maybe royalty. I haven't done that in a while. Right now, I'm just having fun. Just playing around. World paint banner. How many points to get out of his meanie? Hey, look, they put some wort on top. Yeah, it's a great place. It's like sitting your beer on top of the gestating baby. It's fine. Build a kill box for the cave that reaches the map edge, but it's all roofed. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. Is one of the relics the Book of Grudges? I'm glad you asked. What? It renamed it? Oh my god, I didn't save. It literally was. It was called the First Grudge. It saved Grungni and Valea, though. Where's Grimnir, you might ask? Ask her, Grimnir. You're going in the book. Going in the book. That's going in the book. Dev voted. It's a grudging. Got Vin Dieseled. I'm glad you asked. No. You can dev mode to fix it. I might. It's not a huge thing. All right, right now we're just kind of biding our time while Soul Sapper is doing his thing. Beards, no. Short body type, yeah, that would have been cool. Beggars. I want to actually ally these people. How much rep could we get? $15? Well, no. 15. Kind of crap is that? 15. They rehauled this, so it is much harder to get reputation. Low shield. Low shields used to be I win buttons, right? But they're not anymore. Shock Lance is also very tempting. Grab the Shock Lance. Ooh, there's a mono sword there. We can't afford it yet, but... Gene pack for Scarless. Scarless, strong intellect. Total anti-toxic lungs. Lots of good stuff there, guys. Lots of good stuff. I also need a couple of... You guys only have one advanced component? What losers. What losers. That's how many I have now. You guys have one advanced component? What losers. How many do you have? One. How do you heal lost body parts? Do you have ideology? With ideology... You can get the Biosculptor and Bioregeneration. Aside from that, just replace them, I guess. Depends on the body part, I suppose, as well. Armor Skin Gland. Armor Skin might be good for this run, too, yeah. You can't inherit Archite genes. That's true, you can't. They're not useless for the person that gets it. I haven't dipped toes into genes yet. Genes are really good. Scarless also prevents cancers. It's interesting. Prosthetics. Bionics, yeah. Does Res Serum regenerate all body parts? I feel like it used to. I don't remember, though. Kato from yesterday with armor skin. Yeah, that would have been nice. Healer mech serum, yeah. There's a list also, and I think it's up to date now. There's a list on the wiki that shows all injury types and what all can heal them. They're still upset that their daughter died for good reason. They're upset for good reason, I should say. Let's try to counsel them. Came upset. Lots of home cooking and tips on getting garlic smell off your hands. Not really. I don't really have that problem too much though, because here's what I do. So what I do when I'm cooking with garlic and, you know, I have to open the clove or whatever, is I put the garlic down with the shell or the peel, whatever you want to call it, on the cooking board, and then I take a mallet and I smack the mallet on it just one time to kind of smash it, and then I grab the skin, and the skin just pulls right off, and then I just chop it up with a sharp knife and I push it with the knife into whatever I'm cooking. So I don't really touch the actual garlic itself very much, so it doesn't really leave much residue on my hands. But use gloves. I don't use gloves though. You could wear gloves. I don't. Use cold water to wash it off. Stainless steel. Rub your hands or figure out stainless steel. Yeah, none of the councils have worked. Yeah. I do that sometimes too. It depends on what else I'm using. So sometimes I do take the knife. Depends on what we're cooking. Sometimes I take a knife and I'll lay it flat on it and I just smash the garlic down with a knife. Yeah. Just depends on what we're cooking. And if I'm already using other things or what you know. But anyway. Brace the garlic. Medical workers, do you have a lot of gloves? Masterwork, nice. Stainless steel soap, really? That's interesting. Use your girlfriend's soap today. Finger still so nice. Yes, I'm just intentionally playing different this time, just for fun. Just for fun. I still think barracks are better. Use pre-chopped garlic. Pre-chopped garlic is like here anyway. It's like 10 times more expensive. Just got a username. Roy, welcome in. Those aren't bedrooms. Yeah, those are Dwarf stalls. That's never sound like it. Hey, we got our first. Oh no, never mind. That's the other one. That's our third. Yeah, third child. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, it's fun. All right, get out of there. What? They came out this friggin' Itaki path as well. We gotta get rid of these children these days. Children these days. Do I need to arrest these children and convert them? Our dwarves don't like the children because we're bigoted, and they came out as not dwarves. Well, I mean, dwarf in genes, but not in ideology. All right, we'll name this one. Let's see who's next. Yeah, I think it's because Rom, even though Rom's not the mother of any of them, so. All right, it's Muzz. In Muzz. All right, Rom is going to be very hard to convert though. That's all right. We'll get it fixed. Yeah. Heretic children. You're a heretic. Is there a racist ideology? Yes. Well, no, not if you mean that it interacts with Xenotypes, no. They usually don't do things with, unfortunately, between expansions that interact that way. Which one of those is a masterwork? Get rid of that. Set some of this crap up to burn. Soul Sapper on the way back. Loads of predators hunting colonists or pets in biotech. I have gotten a lot too. I don't know if it's out of the ordinary or not, but yeah, I have gotten a lot, yeah. The beggars were children. There are mods, yeah, of course. Okay, a new kid's parka. That's for you, Muzz. That's for you. Oh, Muzz, you can walk. That means you can hold a gun. There you go. That shotgun is yours, little guy. Have fun. Have fun. All right. Mac healed everything, but it also gave your colonists dementia. Yeah, that can happen. Yeah, it's best to have like a res and heal serum in case they get like resurrection psychosis or anything like that. But some more mechs you've gestated, yes. When you go into this shred mechanoid, there's an option now for allow friendly, so you can turn on a separate order and just have the kinds of friendly ones you want to do. Mortal pawn with no brain. A lot of missing limbs. How's it working? It's just a shotgun box, so they come in, we melee block them and shoot them with shotguns. So vampire bite them. Yeah, no vampires for my run this time. Not this time. Ponds, undergrounders, they're tunnelers, so no, they're not all undergrounders, but they're all tunnelers, so they don't care about being underground. Exclusive Mechanitor has a family member in every faction. 10 sisters and brothers. Ouch. Ouch. Come on back, Soul Sapper. Soul Zapper. Oh, you can't handle. Oh no, it's because you're. Yeah, that sucks. All right, well. I really hate to do this too. What a pain. I don't want to do that. If she gets hunted, she's just dead. The other ones can kind of handle it, you know? Let's see. Lilith would probably be dead also. Alright, Claw. I could just do the trick, I guess. Need a furry mule, yeah. What did you go to when someone has mental breakdown? Really didn't think you'd like children in the game, but you got your first child and fell in love with them. I haven't fallen in love with children yet. Natural sprinters, but slow runners, see? Very dangerous over short distances. That's right. Soul Sapper in a daze. That's unfortunate too. So this is an Abasia pawn. Let's check them out. It's a child. 7-year-old female child. Baseliner. With a peg leg. All right. Oh, they're actually of our ideology. Nice. fast learner. And we might put her in a growth vat until she's 16. You might be saying, Adam, why? Why would you put... Well, in RimWorld now, age 16 is when you can first start harvesting ovums and having people get pregnant. We need more baby dwarves. She knew what she was getting into when she was a Beja survivor that fell from space. Ugh, ugh. My name's Pegleg Child. Don't forget the all caps. Don't look good. Just a baseliner? No, we'll get the genes yet. We'll get the genes. Because I have it selected that all the dwarf genes are passed on. So let's use the archite capsules. Can't find it anywhere. Have you done the... Where is it? Where is it? What's the building called? Do you have the gene assembler and all that kind of stuff? I think it just works. Like if you have the gene assembler with the gene banks hooked up and the gene packs that you need in the gene bank that's connected to the gene assembler, I think they should use the capsule, right? I think that's how it worked in the playthrough that we did previously, but I don't know. I only did the gene assembler thing like once, so I'm not 100%. I could be misremembering or could be just flat out wrong, but it depends, I think, when named. So in the beginning, when you make your own xenotype, you can choose a check box to make their genes be passed on or not, and mine's checkbox to be passed on. So they should get the genes they all have so far, but you can only use the capsule with the assembler while assembling. Okay, so I was correct. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out, but I think that's how it works. All right, Claw, we'll put this on you. We'll find out soon, I suppose. Yeah, there's just an item that you need for the archite genes, right? Well, Vegemite, it depends. It depends, Vegemite, it depends. Alright, minor break. Your daughter died. Sorry. Sorry. %. We can get the room up a little bit more. So we can get this up about 6% more. I guess it's probably worth. Probably worth. As much as I don't really want to do it. Alright, we'll do it. We'll do it. At least some of it. Most of it already is anyway. Alright, just a little more. Only join a tribe of cannibals, you should have known you may end up on the dinner table. That's right. Exactly the same. Does Nutrifungus grow on polluted soil? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I know Psychite does, but I don't know about Nutrifungus. I haven't tested that. This is not Randy, no. This is Cassandra. Oh, crap. For royalty or ideology, Well, I recently did a back to vanilla playthrough where I used no DLCs at all, and I missed ideology the most, so I will go with ideology. Thought the only food that worked on polluted soil is toxic taters. Yeah, as far as like food source, yeah, I think so, but I haven't tested out Nutrifungus, so probably doesn't, but I haven't tested it. But you can also make Psychite on them. There's a tree. Wait, was Devil Strand growable on polluted soil? I don't remember if I tested that or not. Haven't had any baby problems like them ending up in the freezer. No, but I did have some babies die in growth fats earlier, so that's what I would consider a baby problem. Spoilers. Thank you for coming over. Thank you for coming over from YouTube. Thank you for watching over there. All right, let's see what the quality is here. Oh, convert is ready. Where's ROM? Trying to wait until they're finished with that. All right, ROM. Toxido, Psychite, Devil Strand. Okay. To 91. Forget it. I don't want to imprison her, though. 74%. We'll try it. Having an army of Tox Rats? I don't know. We got attacked by them earlier, but I haven't had them as pets yet. Seem like good boys. Ineffective. Just back to 100%. Man, oh man. I really need them converted, but it's just not happening. Don't want to imprison them because they are the high mate lover of one of our colonists. We started off as tribal, but you can do Exploration Run for more details. If you type Exploration Run in the chat, you'll get some more details. All right, let's go and bug. What you testing? Alf, thank you for the bit. Thank you, Alf. Haven't seen a high mate or a genie. We had a high mate fall from the sky early game. And we were like, it's like a rare Pokemon. Like, it's like a shiny Pokemon. Get him. Kind of want a masterwork one. That's fine. Which blocks your chat messages when you have a VPN active. That's weird. Never noticed that. I'm using a VPN. High mates seem neat. Soul Sapper. Okay. Rare to 5 for slaver settlements in your experience. Can't wait till some of these doors grow up. We're kind of just biding our time until some of our doors grow up, really. All right, let's get some more of this steel down here. Does the VAT speed up a Beja? I don't know, actually. I don't know. Is there a good way of converting? You find if colonists company, they'll always, yeah, I usually arrest them. I usually arrest and convert because it's much faster that way, and you can actually set a lot of people on wardening, and they can go in there separately and try to stack converts. But proselytizer, if you have, well, I mean, obviously you have ideology. Proselytizer helps out with it as well. If you have that as your ideology, we don't though. And she has high social, so it's being really hard to convert. Multiple spouses, can you have a bunch of people linked to one person? Like high mates, multiple high mates? I don't know about that either. I don't think so, but I haven't tried it yet. I've only had the one high mate, so we will we'll have to test that out. You need to test, yeah. Play a full mobile raiding tribe, absolutely. Is there a win condition you can reach with that kind of play? I mean, you could travel to the ship. You could raid your way to the ship and then do the ship launch and protect it on that map. You probably have to build a defensive settlement around that when you settle there for those 15 days, but that's one way you could do it. Slightly impressive. All right, that's good enough. A healthy vat birth. Is this baby's name actually Gatcha? Vat Gatcha? Vat Gatcha. Nice. Excellent. Vat Gatcha. I kind of like that name, actually. Someone throw that baby in that vat before it starts crying more. There we go. Vat Gatcha. Female supremacy, hive mind, queen kind of thing. That would be interesting too. All right, raids are here. So we got transport pods. It is... Ooh. All right, so we got 21 pirates. 21 pirates, all right. Zone, let's go ahead and clear some of this wall zone. Don't want you guys going out here right now. Of course, that's really just a cash that costs nutrition per roll attempt. It's crying in the vat. Doesn't sound very, very fun. I might could take some of these prisoners. Wait, where are they from? Whoa, sit. Whoa. Yeah, so no allying them. So if we took them, we'd have to sell them into slavery if we don't want them. I don't know. I wonder how much slaves actually get on rep now, since everything else was like nerfed. I don't know. Like mushrooms, yes, yeah. Earlier we were starving, but now we're overproducing. But we're not only overproducing. Like if some of them rot, it's fine. We're not only overproducing to eat. Like we have these here literally to burn. Could keep them for royal tribute. Yeah, that's true. Especially if we want to go the royal route. Yeah. Yeah, so I might turn one of these into a temporary prison during this. And then we'll go from there. Let's just go ahead and set it for prisoner. If we even get any that are downed. Horatio with an army of Horatios. So on Hewix, welcome in. How many children have you gunned down after that wild child's? In the first playthrough, a lot. In this one, we don't have child raiders on. Child raiders are turned off by default, and we just left the defaults on this time. All right, they're beginning their assault. You just have to leader roll after this. Do these have any low shields? I don't see any low shields. I guess I'll just throw these just in case, though. You know, if this game you actually do take over the royal campaign, you can always just turn it down to whatever difficulty you feel comfortable with, you know? Are they lighting that? And then they just put it right out. They lit it on fire and then they fire foam popped it. Oh, the second group hadn't come yet. Why did I think they had come? Uh-oh. That could have been really bad. I was like, wow, they all got there pretty quick. Yeah, the first group didn't give us a lot of prisoners, but the second one did, so it's really nice. First, I didn't think we were going to get very many at all. An unwavering prisoner. We can still, actually, if we're doing this for, specifically for Empire Rep, then why VAT babies? VAT babies until 3 years old, so we don't have to worry about their crying and actually taking care of them. So VATs until they're kids and then no longer VATs. The new DLC changed optimal strategies. No, not really. I'm not using optimal stuff in this one. All right, do we have any shield belts laying there? We are dwarves. We only use heavy weapons. That's what's optimal for us. Heavy weapons. Okay. Some blood bags. Yeah, maybe. Don't have a lot of yeah, I like the baby giggle one. Yeah, we had that in the last run, but no, we're just doing the VATs. One big reason is most of the females in the tribe are too old to have safe childbirth, so VATs it is. Hash monkey staring into the abyss. Alright, we actually just had an Empire Trader here not long ago. Let's go to Obsidian, welcome in. Enemies can't spawn here, no. Enemies cannot spawn from the same tile where there's an overhead mountain. Makes ideology roll apparel give a mood buff. I bet there is one. I don't know the name of one though. Alright, so we're gonna make Claw the leader here very shortly. It's a raffle now, yep, it's not a queue anymore. The High King of the Dwarves. Who's gonna be at his crowning ceremony? 2 children. See it for you. Can you grow prisoner babies to sell for honor? I guess so, yeah. You can, because you can arrest children, so yeah. The queue is a raffle of death. That's right. That's right. All right, let's do a little strip mine in here. No one's mentioned that door yet. Assumption on at least one mechanic in the game. How much fungus do you need? Yes, that's right. The more fungus, the more baby dwarves we can raise. Speaking of, is it time for another baby dwarf? Let's see. Let's see. Yes, it is. It is time.
Welcome.
Extract it. It's a melee weapon exploit for finding caves. Yep, I did that at the beginning of this game. Yep. No, I do it. I have a clip of it from years ago, Expedition Mountain, so I did it for this one. Play the game. Oh, no worries. I mean, I don't know everything for sure, but I do know a lot about RimWorld. Healthy vat birth. Vat blue. All right, shove them back in there. Okay. Run those corpses, please. Snow jeans people have been making are super neat. Having wool you can shear, that is kind of cool. Makes you, yeah, I use it. You can, I mean, choose to or not to, of course. It doesn't bother me whether you want to or not, but I can understand maybe not wanting to. There we go. Humane wool, yeah. Resting a kid is too low. 55% on a 6-year-old. Wait, even with high social, are you getting that? Or is that what you're seeing on someone that's not good at social? Sheep wool, but from humans. So, I guess we'll try to keep these in here until the Empire comes with traders again. All right. To work. I can't wait till we get some more real colonists. Some of these kids growing up, you know. Get some of these kids growing up. There we go. Just placing the wall with the nutrient paste dispenser so they have an exit to break out of. Maybe. Or so they don't have one. Yeah, maybe. Could do that. Man, Rom, I really need you converted. It's causing a lot of problems right now. Oh, Rom, you're not sleep. Wait. Who are you with? Claw, I think. Yeah. Rom Nom. Prisoners and access dispensers, yeah. As long as this opening is in the room, they will get paste out of it as long as they're set to be allowed to have paste. Berserk. Your dwarf god is wrong. Careful there. Temporary workers, okay. For fat body. That's what our dwarfs need. Fat body gene. 1 colonist. No, I don't need to do that. Yeah, you can do it. Let's see here. Let's try to convert. 'Rom, you get back here. 91% again. Kids, stay inside your base walls. I just zone them to stay there. Now, there's a caveat to that. If they end up being somewhere where they're allowed to do nature running, they will take off through the trees, and you'll have to like control them, pull them back basically. But in general, the kids seem pretty good about obeying the zoning rules. Purple Pimp God's right, prove you wrong. Law, fertilize that. Okay, insert that one. No nature. Speaking of our children, how are the 3 doing here? We got 5-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 3-year-old. 5 is at growth tier 3. 2 and 0. All right. You make children do labor. Yeah, they actually added more. So at 3 years old, the children can't really do much of anything. They can clean, they can haul. But at 7, they can actually start doing real work. Real work. I don't have my kids set to do those things, but can't wait till these little doors grow up. We're kind of biding our time a little bit, trying not to get too much higher wealth until we get some of these kids growing up. Grow, kids, grow. Can they carry 50 kilos of rock at age 4? It's 7 years. That depends on what you have it set for. By default, kids age 1 year every quadrum. So it'll say that they're 7 years old, but they're really not. But you can set it to be real years if you want, or you can set it to be even faster. But by default, it takes 7 quadrums to get 7 years old. And that's not using VATs, obviously. Your 4-year-old hauled in a muffalo. 4-year-old's been lifting. We'll just get it, sure. Kids based on default storytelling. Yeah, default, it's 400%. High wealth, only a single pawn. Ready to seem confused. Yeah, so a lot of people don't realize a lot of raid points come from how many pawns you have. So if you have a solo run, and since mechs aren't giving raid points at the moment, they just give wealth, which wealth gives raid points, but it's not the same. They don't give they don't count as power for raid. It's actually crazy how small raids can be. 4 years per 1 RimWorld year by default. Yep, with not including putting them through a VAT. You can have kids age slowly and have adults. Yeah, you can increase the adult time too now. Population, yeah, it's a pretty big factor. Yeah, combat animals are a big factor too. So we have RimWorld. Your childhood only lasts 3 years. Animal disease, the plague. We only have 1 animal. That's all right. We'll have to get another donkey if he dies. His name is Sacrifamule, after all. All right, I think it's dug out. Because we actually, it looks like we have a lot of pawns, but we don't have a lot of people that are doing work. We basically have 5 really working pawns. We have Rom Nom, who's basically just there to cause happiness and do research. And we have Lilith, who joined us and is just basically there to shoot people. Was it Soul Sapper? No, he's not an animal. If it was an animal disease, I assume it would go on Soul Sapper. Okay, get that one done. Dryads count like combat train pits, mixed ducks. Dryads are no wealth. Yeah, no wealth at all. No wealth. They don't eat. It's one of the bonuses of Dryads. They just don't count as anything. Mechs will continue to have no raid points. I don't know. Yeah, I find it kind of weird. Yeah, they are redoing things like almost daily, so it's hard to know. Like they've already changed the mechs quite a bit. Like they made it so that the Fabricore now can cook. They made it so the cleaning one takes a basic subcore now instead of the middle one. They already made it so Militors are weaker and shoot more slowly, a longer cooldown time or whatever you want to call it. So they're changing things all the time. So I don't know. Who knows? Rumnum's not dead. Zaven's all caps. We'll see. I hope Rumnum doesn't die. Like mule. Hey, I try not to kill my mules. Sometimes they just have unfortunate accidents that I don't care about. Well, the mechs still count. So, all right, let me explain. Mechs right now count as wealth, just like their structures count as wealth, but they don't count as raw raid points. So things like colonists are double dipping. A colonist counts as wealth, and that wealth adds to your raid points. But colonists also count as combat power that adds to your raid points. Combat pets do the same thing. Combat pets are wealth, but they're also raid point from their combat power. Mechs right now add to raid points based on their wealth and no combat power. Combat power is not a consideration going into raid points with Mechanitor owned mechs, even the combat mechs. So you still get the wealth from the mechs. Yeah, they're basically count like weapons, pretty much. Yep. Unlike animals or combat animals or colonists. But you still get raid points from them, just not as much as if they were counted like either colonists or like animals. Which mech accumulates the most wealth? So there's a chart on my Discord with it, and it's about what you would think. It's I think some of them are a little over. Like Militor is 1,800 wealth right now, so 2 Militor are actually more wealth than a Centipede. I think Centipede was like 2,600 or something like that. But it's about what you would think right now. Yeah, nothing's changed with barracks. I'm just playing differently, just for fun. I play like, this is one reason why I don't play like this more often, even just as a themed run for fun. It's because every time I do, immediately. No, I think the barracks are still stronger than bedrooms, but. Did they nerf the Militor's wealth? I don't think so. Hey, trader. Playing for fun? How dare? I'm not annoyed by it. I'm not annoyed. Are waste pack atomizers worth it? Yes and no. So the waste pack atomizer is actually kind of bad as far as like it only gets rid of 10 bags every 5 days, and it costs 800 watts of power. However, on my Discord, you can see Goat put in a spreadsheet there. There is a setup with atomizers that is self-sufficient, gets rid of all your waste, and can give you 14,000 extra watts of power, and it only takes up about this size. So it's actually can be really strong if set up correctly, but the atomizer itself is still not super efficient. Yeah. I'll be annoyed by the end of the month. Probably not, but I don't know because I'm streaming double, so who knows. That's how mine is. Yeah, this was a custom tribal scenario, and I got rid of the pets in the beginning. I think they fixed that. They absolutely fixed it with sculptures. So it might still work with end tables and stuff like that, but sculptures you can no longer put through a corner. So used to, you could have 4 rooms that overlapped and you could get rid of that corner. You could put a statue there and it would actually provide beauty for all 4 rooms. That doesn't work anymore. Unleash rage. Unleash the rage. I don't want to get much more wealth until we get some of these babies growing up. This baby's got 2 seasons left on it. Got 3 vat babies going. I might send someone else out. Let's get the smelter going finally. Your Pocratons are part of raids. It wouldn't build the atomizer. Or if you didn't build it, you would know what to do with all the chips. Sell them. Gold wall in the corner still work? I believe so, yeah. Because it does count as part of the wall for the room. Yeah, it does. I used jade that way. Our donkey has died. Sorry, he'll get better. How do children affect raid size? It's a linear increase right now, but children are less raid points. Is what it boils down to. I can sell this ovum for 30 bucks. Done. I want to because I have no one that's not a member of her family that could fertilize it, and I don't want any inbred dwarf babies. So it's possible to have twins. I don't think so. I haven't seen it or heard of it anywhere. So all right, sold that ovum. Nice. Cost me herbal medicine, and I got 30 silver for it. Is it worth it? All right, smelt weapon, do forever. Drop on the floor. We're gonna go bio-coded only here. Okay. Smelt weapon, do forever. Drop on the floor. Let's see. We're actually still using the axe right now. Oh, it feels so bad to do this, but I'm not using assault rifles this run. Ugh, I'm gonna regret this. Not letting ourselves use them this run. These we can actually go sell though, at least. Raw, blah. That Eta Keaton roar voice. Ugh, sniper also. Ugh. Ugh, ouch. How bad is incest? Oh, God. It's pretty bad, yeah. They're basically, they're more sickly and they learn slower, yeah. Alright. Have you ever done organ harvesting? I do organ harvesting in like 99.9% of my runs. So this is a specific themed run where we're not doing that. We're mostly honorable dwarves. What a question, yeah. Thoughts on AR versus heavy SMG? It like most answers with guns is it depends. Early game with bad shooters and a setup that's like 18 tiles or less, the SMG is going to pull ahead a little bit. But in a longer setup at 28 range or so, around there, assault rifle is going to be better. Assault rifle is better for kiting as well. So you can outrange and kite almost every enemy in the game, unless they have assault rifles, unless they're a pikeman, unless they whatever, the longer range weapons, obviously, if they also have assault rifles or snipers or whatnot. They're very good for that. So assault rifles overall is an overall better gun, well-rounded gun, but is a higher tier gun as well. I prefer assault rifles, all things said, especially in like mid to late game. Can raids enter from the tunnel? They cannot. They cannot. They can't do it. All right, smell weapon. No, no, they can't. They can't. Good today. Thank you. Thank you, here. Charge rifles are the best. No, charge rifles are not the best. It depends. I actually usually use assault rifles over charge rifles. And here's why. I need to make a guide over this. People would ask me. All right, here's why I usually use... Yeah, charge rifle is more like the upgrade to the SMG, not an upgrade to the assault rifle, right? Assault rifle outranges the charge rifle, so it's better at kiting and it's better at long range combat. So I like using that because I use a lot of kiting in my normal playthroughs and longer range, right? I do a lot of kiting, especially when I did like the no kill box run. Charge rifle is going to be more damage for you in a kill box setup where you can control the exact range, and it's going to do especially more against armored targets. So again, it depends. If you are always killing at the same length kill box and your kill box is like, let's say 24 tiles long, then charge rifle is going to do overall more DPS. But if you ever need to fight elsewhere, like breach raids or whatever, and you need to kite or you need a longer range, the assault rifles are going to be better. So it just depends. And if you're looking for just raw gun DPS, then you're going to end up getting to where you're going chain shotguns and miniguns. But again, they need their own specific setup. So like most answers with RimWorld is it depends. You can literally make a setup around most guns, but it depends. But I like assault rifles as my overall... Assault rifles and chain shotguns are my two like go-to overall well-rounded guns for different things. And then if you're specializing in one setup or another, then it changes which gun has the better math, depending on what you're doing. Pilots are good early. Revolvers can be fine super early game. Obviously, you're not going to use them into the late game, though. Favorite weapon is a club. Charged sniper. Yeah, that's a modded gun, so I'm not talking about any modded guns, of course. Take care of 11 Labradors. They have blood rot. No. That'll be all my medicine. Anyway, that's the answer to that. Again, I'll have to put a guide out for it. We have been getting asked it a bit lately. Smelt weapons. We're going to smelt awful and poor. We're going to do all of them. Okay. Smelt apparel. Do forever. Boy, I love setting these up. Definitely don't. Tainted armor only. No utility. Smelt apparel. Drop it on the floor. Do it forever. 51%. No utility. Excellent. Smelt apparel. Do forever. I know there's a mod for this. Drop it on the floor. Awful and poor. No utility. I know there's more I can set up. I just don't feel like doing it. Do forever. Drop on the floor. It's good enough for now. Screw it. The best gun is for every setup, including every modded gun ever made. Yeah, no problem, Queen. Yeah, no problem. I don't mind answering it. But when something is answered, or I mean, asked a lot, just lets me know I really should set up like a guide or a clip for it. Let's go ahead and let you eat first, and then you can do that. When was your last modded playthrough? Like, heavily modded? The Amazon run, like 4 years ago. If we're talking about non-heavily modded, then Winston Waves. Is minigun ever a really good option? It is, yeah. Minigun is actually really good. I have a kill set up that Smurf and I were theory crafting back in the Winston Waves run. If I get enough people in this run, I plan on setting it up in this run to show it in action. But miniguns can be very good, yeah. When the 200 Scaria gerbils attack, yeah, you want miniguns. Miniguns need high accuracy shooters? Not necessarily, because usually the strength of the minigun is that the missed bullets clip AoE setups. So in the setup that I'm thinking about, you basically have an area, like an open area like this, 5 to 11 wide, and then you have like a T setup, and the enemies come in here and you stun them in place, either by, if they're mechs, you EMP them. If they're not mechs, then you have someone enter combat closer, so the guys start shooting there. You have shield belts or whatever, and then you just unload the miniguns, and the missed shots are actually in your favor because it's going to hit everything else. Miniguns are very good against centipedes because centipedes are also big bodied. I know it gets probably tiresome that the answer to most questions with RimWorld is it depends, but it really does. Never seen such an underhanded thing as plagiarism. Yeah. But yes, of course it does help. Like, obviously, like in our very first ideology run, we had someone that was basically like laser. They were like a laser. They were a shooting special, trigger happy shooting specialist, like level 18 shooting and a masterwork minigun. It was like a friggin' laser, which was awesome. But you don't need that to make it good. Bullets per second. That's right. Can you get rid of chemical fascination traits? No. Gotta get rid of that diverse thoughts. Let's see. Convert is back up. Where's ROM? Let's go on, boss. Welcome in. To 87%. Conversion. We've done it too recently. Okay. How fast to grow in the vat? They grow 4 times faster in the vat. 4 times by default? I think it's 4 times faster by default. You can set it higher. Yeah, you can set it higher to like 20 or something, but I think default's 400%. Oh yeah, we did. We had Sunblocker and Darkness as well. That's true. Yep. Yep. Forgot about that little part of that. There is a cure to chemical fascination. Harvest their organs. They die. You get a different pawn. Might not be what I consider a... Consider getting rid of it. Well, I guess it's technically getting rid of it. Ever raid Empire Base? Empire bases are just... They're just... I wish they... So when Royalty came out, and I was like, all right, we're gonna actually have some cool bases to go attack, and I went and attacked the Empire. It was like a big wooden building with 20 beds in it. And like 11 Empire guys. It was like... So after that, I didn't really care about ever going back. It's like, all right. Wow, what a cool base. What mod is showing the weapon? That's not a mod. It's added in 1.4. You go to options. You go to interface. Weapon below portrait. Always while drafted or never. It's part of 1.4. You know the meta. I don't know about bonus streams tonight. I'm actually leaning towards some Total War. Actually. Dwarf Fortress coming out on December 6th on Steam. Yep. Yep. Grow, children, grow. Tier 3. A party. Start teaming. It's just one the Empires have. Yeah, I really expected them to, yeah. But I'm thinking maybe some Total War tonight. Time is no longer subjective. That's right. So. Fight the vampire counts. Oh, that's what we got in our Tarox run. Remember, our end game crisis was the vampire one, and so yeah, it was really friggin' annoying. Always amazed on how the Sappers and Breachers know where to go. Maybe that's why they always go to beds, because that's all their temporary maps have is just beds. Just beds. All called Rim Cities, yeah. When a vampire for a quest in their faction, it freezes their death rest timer. That's interesting. That's interesting. You got knocked out. Why not have several furries locked away in your mountain? I've heard the Empire are a fan of furries. And they'll pay big money for them. So we have a furry fight club in a closet in the back of the base. Waiting for the Empire. A Wookiee farm. Oh, Jade. Let's see if it'll work. Last time I tried, the command was broken, Jade. If you have 10 hours in the stream... There we go. You have only 30 seconds. If you have 10 hours in the stream, you don't need any permit. So you can actually check exclamation hours if you want to see if you're almost there. But thank you, Jade. If you throw that in Discord, I will I'll put it as a command as well. Meeting game. Yeah, no worries. So you can always check and see if you have 10. I knew a lot of people would check as soon as I said that. Let's see. Sanders going to be hitting us again soon. Our wealth is a little bit lower than last time, though. Hour posting time. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Regret the hours thing? I was just not looking at it. No, I really do appreciate all the hours. How do I deal with infestations? I melee block and kill them. So, we just had one earlier. I literally line some tough people up in a row, and then I line people with shotguns behind them. Repair the wall as needed. You guys see a lag of the bot out yet? But yeah, I just do a melee block. If you don't know what I mean by melee block, you can type !bugs, or you can go to my website. There's a picture there, adamverseverything.com. Plural bugs. Plural bugs. I don't need one yet, and I don't want to go out right now, so that's what I was just checking. So, Corey, there's a reason I'm not doing it. Cassandra's off cooldown. If I send someone out there to tame them right now, they could just die. Like, Cassandra's off cooldown, so she could hit us with a raid any second, and I do not want someone to be caught out. So, we still have the inspiration after she hits us once or twice, then I'll do it, but otherwise. Donkeys don't take very much to train. Anyway, we don't necessarily need the inspiration to get a new one, but that's why. That's why I haven't. More strip mining. More strip mining. So if we hit any thin rock roof, still none. Yeah, I will. I will eventually. I'm redoing this. Actually wanted to not grow this patch. Are you looking for another mod? I don't know. Maybe. Luckily the channel hasn't really needed any. It's pretty tame, but the channel has gotten quite a bit bigger, so I don't know. I'm not opposed to looking for a daytime mod. Strip mining is that Dwarven foreplay. It's going Lobo, Murloc, John, Insane Spork, Bright Cider, welcome in. It's like a Dwarf Fortress sort of thing, sort of. Grow, children, grow. Look at this little cowboy child, Rain Man. Grow tier 4 now. Choose one passion from 2 options. Choose one trait from 4 options. Go, Rain Man, go. No, we chose genes for these ones, yeah. That's how we were dwarfs. All right. Wait, which one was it? Vat Gatcha? Vat Gatcha. Crying? That's so weird. So we put the child or the baby in there while they were crying, and they came out as a 3-year-old that's having the baby crying breakdown. You're 3 years old. You can't be crying. Stop it. All right, Gatcha gets a real name. Gatcha gets a real name. Uh-oh. You guys might have killed the bot. Oh, no, there it is. Lumberjack. Welcome in, Lumberjack. I think this is your first time in a colony, and you are a little child. A little child. And I don't have a weapon for you right now, little child. So we'll make another chain shotgun. Is this the first run? This is our second biotech run. First run of the Dwarves, second biotech run. Oh, wrong religion. The children. Yeah. The children. And I might have to imprison. Like, maybe at least. No. I gotta get Rom. Rom is the one that needs converted. It's a real friggin' pain, too. The lowest we've gotten Rom is 85%. Formed recently. How long was that? God. Masterwork rituals are about our only chance, yeah. Why not try ritual conversion? I have been doing it on cooldown. That's what I just checked. It's still on cooldown. So at the moment, that would go in the opposite direction. It's only a 30% chance at the moment, which would make it worse. Most likely. But you can do both. You can do both. So maybe that's why you're asking. So for anyone that doesn't know, you can do both. It's probably an exploit. But basically, if you do the convert skill first, Then you can right click on the spot. You see how it shows it down here? But even if you do this first, you can right click on the spot and you can go to convert even if you've already done the one-on-one one. So you can do both as long as you do the converts one-on-one one first. Ritual conversion shares the cooldown with the command only if you do it in the other direction. If you do the talking one-on-one one first, it does not put it on cooldown. You see how it's 9 days even though we just did it? It didn't go down. So it's... You have to do it in that direction though. I'll try to wait and show you that you can do the back-to-back. But masterwork. Masterwork. It's for the claw. The claw. But yeah, you can do both. Back to back. It was the other way around originally, and they tried to fix it. Now it works the other way. You're always waiting for that cooldown, then right click on your person and right click the ritual spot, and you won't have to wait as long. But I'll show you. We'll wait the 9 days. I mean, I'll be using this in the meantime, though. Come on, baby dwarves. Calling us in separate rooms in this run. Just for fun. Barracks didn't get nerfed. I still think barracks are stronger than bedrooms. I'm just using it because of the theme of the run. Every pawn of yours is a dwarf. Do you start with many of them? I started with 5, and so far I've just bred dwarves, so they're individual mini barracks. What's in general a good setup for a barracks? Just make the barracks. Your goal is to get the barracks to at least 80 impressiveness. Over 120 is better. And then just put all your beds, your dining, and your recreation in the same room. That's it. Just get your impressiveness over 80, and then eventually over 120. Can caravans travel through polluted tiles no penalty? No. They gain, well, it's been changed, but prison break. You threw a friggin' grenade on the shelf. Way to go. I'm gonna destroy this shelf before you kill me. The furries are escaping. The furries are escaping. Child, capture them. Prisoners had to break them. It depends on the kind. Prison breaks have been that way for several years. If you have a prison break event, then they just open the doors. And if you look at it, it'll say they've somehow defeated the door locks and are making their way out. But if they have a berserk, they'll beat the doors. But those are two different events. Yeah, I know the child did almost get hit by the grenade, but blame me for your mid-maxing ways. So when I don't use them. Oh no, we have 3 people of another faction. Kids can't have beer until 13. It's not my rule, that's the game's rule. Otherwise, I'd be giving them beer already. I think I'm gonna imprison some of these kids to convert them, but we really need ROM converted. That's one of the big problems right now. We really need ROM converted. And I can't really arrest and convert ROM. It'll cause some really big problems. All right, let's name this little kid. All right, what's this kid's name? Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer was a really good shooter one run. All about headcanon for you for those RP type runs. That's unofficially the age where you are, Raptor. Old enough to use a gun, not old enough to drink a beer. That's right, just like here. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to convert these, but we really need ROM converted. Really, really, really. 40%. Manhunter pack. All right, that's our first Manhunter in a while. Let's go ahead and shut this off. And Rhino, run over here. Close that door. First Manhunter in quite some time. Okay, let's see what it is. 31 links. No hot cougars in our area today. Oh, there it is. Okay. Lumberjack child, you get chain shotgun. Congratulations. Purple ad blocker is an ad blocker that works on Twitch. Did you disable the join event for this run? No. If you mean the ideology auto join, those only join as baseliners, so I don't have those. Yeah. There's a mod that changes it, but cloth pants or parka rather. All right, lumberjack, get that masterwork cloth children's clothing on. There's a lot of cats out there, but we'll be all right. All right. So glad when ROM is converted. It's gonna make everything so much better. On the custom scenario, no, I didn't stop any auto join events. We've had auto joins, but you know, the only thing I did differently as far as joins is I turned off the, I didn't do the ritual for a join event, I should say. Ah, if he dies, he dies. So an anxious welcome in. Depending on lavish food, I use lavish food as a drug. Look how happy my people are. We don't need any fine meals or lavish meals, but I will use them in some playthroughs depending on what else is going on. But I mainly use it as a drug for mood boosts when it's needed rarely. Thought Manhunter packs you break down the door. They can if they see you go through a door, but if they don't, then they won't. You want to see what Granny used to say about links? All right, you have summoned Granny. Let's see what quote you get. Evidence. I know what my granny would say about these links. She would say,
"Hold on, I need to set my wife on fire."
Show the whole map. There you go. This is probably not all solid. We haven't tested it, but alcohol dependency prevent addictions. Well, I mean, I guess it prevents addiction, but if we don't have alcohol, they'll literally die. So I guess it's kind of the same, you know. Actually worse. But yeah, you don't have to worry about the dependencies right now are very strong because you don't get the downside of the drug really. Like that, I mean. All right. So on the left leading to the sea, it's so that they can use the telescope without, that's like our first area of thin rock roof. So it's mainly for that. Eventually it'll be to vent heat as well. Prevents addictions and instant overdoses. Not cumulative ones though, okay. Yeah, they are really good. Xenotype that had all the dependencies, you could get a lot of bonuses after. As long as you kept them with all those drugs, they'd be really strong. Can you vent the heat off the map where it's overhead? This area is considered outdoors, so yes, you can. Let's feed hauling stuff to the transfer pod. It's part of the caravan. It is weird seeing. Well, just friendly mechs in general were a weird thing to see. Getting some things moved around slowly but surely. Off, but you had a hole going off the map. Yeah, the only downside, you have to be careful when you're setting it up because you just can't build anything past this. And of course, if raiders can access it from this side, they'll break like your vents or your, you know, the back of your coolers or whatever. But you can set it up in a way that it works for you. Yeah. Yeah. And it's actually kind of crazy how slow it is to get more baby dwarves. Vat purple. Healthy vat childs. All right. Healthy vat child. Anyway, it takes a long time to get them because we can't have them like join as joint events or as like the ritual events. So in the future, runs like this might be better to put the growth factor of children just a little bit higher, or unless you want like a really, really long run, which is fine. We're not super far into the run, so it's fine at the moment. But either that or make it so that you have that mod, or download the mod that makes so that the ideology ritual event for joins will be your Xenotype. Did I recruit the Neanderthal? No, I didn't. He left. He didn't offer to join. Never sleep worse than reduced sleep. Can't get loving or have babies with no sleep. Guess it depends on the pawn, yeah. Have I checked all the children's genes? Dwarf. Only difference there is hair. Only difference there is hair. Hair and skin color. That one came in a drop pod, so it's not really ours. So yeah, all the dwarf children are correct. I'm putting them in the vat only till 3. Yep. Go away, cats. Only until 3. And then I'm popping them out so they get more growth stuff. Correct, yeah. They're correctly doors. Alcohol dependency is grayed out because they're children, yeah. All right, convert is ready again. Where are you, Rum? Nope. All right. Whoops. 80%, slowest they've ever been. Lack of beards is disturbing. I wonder if these children, as soon as, hang on, what are the genders of the kids? 1 male, so 2 male, 2 female children. I wonder if the children, as soon as they hit 13, are immediately going to get big bushy beards. I bet they will. I bet they will. Bullet goods trader. We actually need to trade with them. So hopefully these cats don't... Oh, the cats are actually going to sleep. We could go get some shooting experience. Pfeiffer, grab that shotgun, child. Let's go get you guys some shooting experience. It's about time you killed your first animal. 3 years old, after all. Females, no, because the bushy beards override it, unfortunately. I don't think it should work that way, but it does. Wow, if you guys could hit something. Alright, that's enough. Bears and beards. Forced descent for what? Nope. Nope. Most insane gene pack. Anti-poison lung, never age, super fast wound healing, optimist, archite metabolism, bushy tail, fragile. Yeah, they can't do romance or reproduce till 16, yeah. I want to ask, how many hours of sleep does a reduced sleep, quick sleeper, sleepy, any combo of that need? That is in my scheduling guide if you want to go to that. So if you want to go to !SCH, the short answer to quick sleepers and the like, especially quick sleepers in like masterwork beds or such, is either biphasic or an all anything schedule. That's the short answer. If you want to see why those are the answers, then the guide is at !SCH. It's a scheduling guide. But you can actually set your quick sleepers to just literally make their schedules anything across the board, and it functions really well on quick sleepers. So. Oh, man, it kind of feels bad selling that, but. Yeah, those pants are like, there's nothing left. They're at 2%. It's kind of silly. Kind of silly. Shit on the prison trick on those guys, so well. The silver they drop already get taken. Since archite genes are not extractable, how do we get our hands on them? One second. Aries is here. So is my wife and the other cat, Zoe. One of the other cats. All right. Did I miss anything? Let's go, Matt. Welcome in. Dan Moore, welcome in. ABC, always buy components. That's right. Yeah, if you have a quick sleeper or... I don't think she likes that very much. Especially a quick sleeper in like a good bed. And yeah, all anything does pretty well, actually. Surprisingly well. Let's sell some of the mushrooms while they're here too, because we're gonna have some that are gonna rot. If we don't, goats join. Get up there. Look at that, 154 already. Yeah, thank you, thank you. There we go. Good enough. Children. All right, people were. There we go. There we go. Oh, children, don't go out there. So we now have the same number of children as Dwarven adults. Actually, more Dwarven children than Dwarven adults. Why do I use columns? Should have clipped that also. I'm not using them at the kill box here anymore, but the reason to use columns in the early game over barricades is in the early game when you have less firepower, you have less accuracy and whatnot. The columns do the same thing as the barricades, only they only give 25% cover for the enemies coming through, whereas this gives 55% cover. So using it in this kind of setup early game will allow you to hit the enemies more often when there's lower numbers of them. But as your firepower gets higher later on, you're going to be ripping through these too fast to use them. So then you switch over to barricades or sandbags. But if you're using a shotgun setup like this, like a close range melee block shotgun setup, then using columns early game when you have lower accuracy and your firepower isn't enough to take out a column actually ends up working better overall. But we've already graduated from that. As you can see, we've gone into this. I actually need to replace that one. Yeah, no worries. No worries. But that did remind me that I need to replace one of those, so. Fences do the same. Fences have you don't want to use fences in this kind of setup. Fences have low HP that you're going to break them almost immediately, and then it's not going to do anything to the enemies. You can use the fences for slowing, of course, still, but we will do that there sometime too. Maybe I should go ahead and do that. I should move this down. Or move it over here, maybe. I have a list of commands on the site, yeah, but not all those are commands yet. Oh, the bass in the intro to the song. A lot to learn from the stream. It makes sense to have questions all the time, though. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. Obviously, like, I wish I had more time to make more little clips and guides for all of these little questions, because obviously there's need for them. I remember yesterday when someone was like, "Wow, I have 800 hours and I didn't know this thing," and I was like, "Well, hang on, let me maybe blow your mind a little bit." And I started rattling off like these 10 UI tips that like a lot of people in chat didn't know. Like, I really need to make some videos like that. But I don't have the time at the moment, but maybe sometime. What is this room for? It's for melee blocking, yeah. It's for infestations. I'll probably change it. It's also going to be the dining room and recreation later on. All right, that's 8 out of 5. 8 out of 5. Good list. Smoke impact shooting can be used in open field combat without turrets. Smoke decreases accuracy of anyone shooting through it. So if you're thinking like, maybe I'll put smoke on my own people and that'll obscure us and we can attack the enemy, it's also reducing your own accuracy. So smoke is going to reduce your accuracy and the enemies. So it's mainly good for turrets and mech turrets specifically, as you must know by that comment. But yeah, if you're using smoke, you're going to be hitting your own accuracy. Yeah. Temperature requirement for Nutrifungus come up? I don't think so. You mean as they come up as a question, or? Max growth temperature, 136 Fahrenheit. And above freezing. Therefore, yeah, smoke can be good for melee. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Smoke belts have no good use in the game. Smoke belts, you can use them to cover your retreat. So I think that's why they were originally put in. You can also use them to, again, remove line of sight of turrets. So you can use them to take out turrets, especially early game before you have like smoke launcher or something like that. And if you're retreating, you might as well drop smoke behind you as you go so the enemy has less accuracy. As you're retreating, I think that's mainly what they were kind of intended for initially. Troy, thank you for the 6 months. Thank you, Troy. And Pekel, thank you for the 4 months. Thank you, Peck. Thank you, Troy. Sass, so much you need to learn. No idea what DLC you're using. I'm using all of them, yeah. I'm using all of them, so. Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Dev. I appreciate it. Under what condition would I suggest using plasma swords? Okay, so there's a couple things. If you are in any kind of situation where the enemy being lit on fire, therefore not being able... So if an enemy's on fire, they no longer have collision. So that means they can walk over the top of your blockers, right? And they can go where you don't want them to. They can literally walk over the top of everyone. So if that's not an issue, then it's awesome to have one. One of those times that is kind of awesome is you can actually... Another manhunter. You can actually use the plasma sword as a good melee hunting weapon. As long as like you don't get a herd of animals attacking you, you can actually use it on an animal, and that makes the animal panic. And every time you do that, they're going to stop attacking you and run around like crazy. So you can kind of use it for that. But really, the plasma sword is fine anytime that you don't care about collision. So if you're doing like a lot of melee characters early, you're doing low wealth, you have a low amount of enemies are separated, you know, whatever, and you don't mind the enemy panicking. Overall, though, I really don't like plasma swords because it breaks collision. Yeah, exactly. Like a tamer, so you have someone go out and you're taming something, and the animal attacks you. They can just hit it with that instead, and the animal will catch on fire and run off. So, all right, this is the first time oh my god, 72 squirrels. This is the first time we've had double manhunter from Cassandra. So, double manhunter. Look at all those squirrels. It's a lot of squirrels. Squirrels. Charge rifles are worse than assault rifles or are good only against mechs and kill boxes. I went over this just a minute ago. The answer is that it depends. Charge rifles are better than assault rifles in raw DPS and armor piercing, but they're shorter range and they're not as good at kiting. So depending on which of those two things that you have, like that you need more of in your individual playthrough, it might change. But if you were just sitting in a 24 tile kill box and that's it, charge rifles are going to be king. But if you ever need to attack from further away than that, you need to kite, you need to go out, you need to get, you know, kite breachers through your base or whatever, assault rifles are going to be better. But yes, you can think of the charge rifle, like was mentioned earlier, as an upgrade of the SMG, basically, not as a replacement for assault rifle. They have two different kind of roles. How come I use marine helmets in game and not cataphract? It just depends on if I find cataphract. Cataphract is better, obviously, a lot better actually, but cataphract takes 2 tech prints. Usually I complete my games before I ever get 1 tech print. So it just depends. If I get 2 cataphract tech prints, which are also very expensive, you go buy them, thousands of silver. I usually don't keep that much silver on hand unless I'm just doing some kind of extra run. But yeah, use whatever the best helmet is you have access to. Obviously, cataphract helmet is better than marine helmet, but you have to unlock it, right? So in the last run that I finished, I never found a cataphract tech print. Never found one. So I use marine helmets. Are those squirrels going to stick around until a raid comes? No. They'll stay here for about a day and then they'll leave the map. Is plate armor usable or not worth the material? The problem with plate armor is that, and I really wish they would expand like the Neolithic and medieval part of the game a little bit and make it take a little bit longer and make the things there more needed. But one of the problems with plate armor, not only is it not great, but you can get flak so early. And I mean, you can make flak very early, but also you're going to have pirates dropping flak early very easily. You're going to have like, you can trade for flak pretty cheap very early. And so it's like, why make plate armor? I mean, if it's the only thing you have access to, if that's the only thing that's dropped or all you have, it will absolutely help, especially if you have like a melee blocker early. But for me, it's like you graduate from plate armor so quickly that I just don't bother. Yeah, I would just rather use flak. Even like with initial optimism and low expectations, like even tainted flak early on people, it's fine, you know? Yeah, even tribals get through the Neolithic and medieval part really quick without mods in it. Yeah, exactly, Eileen, yeah. Yep. All right, children. How much longer? How much longer, children? Less than 2 seasons, finally. Yeah, there's a movement penalty yet. Plate armor would probably be good against a bunch of knights and flak. Yeah, there are mods that do all that, of course, but of course, we're talking about base game. All right. I don't want to expand much more right now because I don't want raids to get any bigger than what we've already seen. Right now, we could get probably like 8 to 10 centipedes, which would be a crazy fight with this. But, yeah, the children are scrunts. that a mouse problem you see? Oh no, it's squirrels. It's squirrels. Squirrels. I guess we could refill our steel. This is all deep water, right? Yeah. Are the variants of the standard armor worth crafting? They can be okay. The thing to note about those special armors is they have a little bit lower defense. Oh, muscle parasites. Muscle parasites take 300% tending, so we're gonna go in here and we're gonna switch everyone to medicine. They're a little bit less defensive, but then you get the bonuses. Like you get the armor that has the built-in like jump pack, you know, that opens up another slot for you. They're good. They're kind of, yeah, they're kind of fun to use, kind of cool to use. They're kind of niche, obviously, but and the hit on defense isn't probably going to matter for you, honestly. So I think they're kind of fun to use. The cool factor goes a long way. That's right. Amiable tier, do you think the typical game should be extended to like 10 years? My games usually end between 4 and 6. Yeah, having the game extended to maybe 10. Now it's kind of weird because we can't see the statistics of the game. You notice with this update in RimWorld 1.4, there's a end user license agreement that you have to accept now. I'm wondering if they're actually using that to pull RimWorld data, because it would be interesting to me. I've said for a long time things like, you know, when people are talking about mods, I'm like, I bet you that the vast majority of people that buy RimWorld never use mods. I bet, and I know like most people that are on like Reddit and online and Twitch and stuff probably use some mods, but I'm guessing most people that buy the game never use mods, right? And it would be cool to see some of the statistics, like, all right, how many people actually do launch a ship? How many years does it, on average, does it take someone to get to the credits? And I bet it's vastly different than my playthroughs. I'm not meaning that as like mine are better. I'm just meaning like it would be kind of cool to see what, like, all right, what's the average number of years someone does a playthrough before they see the credits or before they die or whatever, you know? And I actually think it's very long. I think it's very long, way longer than my typical runs. 3,300 hours, never launched a ship. Yeah. Royal Tribute Collector. There's only one left. Man, I was hoping one of our children would grow up before this. Target game to finish. Mine are better though. No, as long as you're playing for fun, there's no run that's better than another. So there's the tribute collector. There's the tribute collector. I really wanted an aesthetic for the Royal, but I might just wait. They'll be back next year. Don't I need most of this, so whatever. What if mine's more fun? All right, is this ready yet? 2 days. Finish your first biotech run in year 10. I think our first biotech run was year 5-ish or something. Oh, that fungus we just went through. Children, I need you to grow up. Rayman, he's 6 years old. Go, Rayman, go. Usually get bored in the late game and restart. What's some stuff we can start doing that's not going to increase our wealth? I mean, strip mining, getting the extra mushroom areas ready. I actually want to change this a little bit too. So mine that out. Your slaves grenades and tell them to rush the enemy. No, it's not necessarily a waste. That's what you do with them. Any on your own terms? Yeah, I was telling some people too. Someone a while back was like, what's the goal in RimWorld? And I was like, well, there are credits. You can get to the credits, but also a lot of people come up with their own goals that are just whatever you like. Like literally, let's see how many cats I can get before I die. Like, you know, let's see what number of cats we can get to before the game crashes or we die. Like, that's a goal. That's a goal in RimWorld. It's not gonna get you the credits, but community to the ship, and then rebuild the community. Ship to win. No, there's 4 different ways to win. That's only one of them, sleazy. 100 thrumbo. You get distracted. I guess I could go ahead and start building some of this as well. 300 goats. They got mating. That's a lot of goats. That's a lot of goats. I want to be able to come over here during raids, so I still want raids to be able to leave this way, so I'm going to mine that out a little bit. Mine that out just a little bit. So what makes it a great game? Yeah, I think so too. There's you can just do whatever. Is it possible to one-hit a thrumbo? Yeah, absolutely. With the right weapon. Like a doomsday rocket. That should probably do it. It depends, yeah. There's more than one. Yeah, there's 4 different ways to get to the credits, yeah. These are all cramped, but it doesn't matter because we're Tunneler. Tunneler don't care about cramped spaces. Now, as far as room impressiveness, it counts, but they don't care otherwise. Hit him with an anti-grain. Yeah, that'll probably do it. Probably. Tank of Doomsday. It was down, it lived. Yeah. Well, I meant down them, yeah. What is Death Rest? Death Rest is a requirement for the single phage. Basically, a single phage has to put themselves in a Death Rest coma, Death Rest sleep, every so often, or they'll get a mood and physical debuff. Anti-green is so rare. Probably for good reason. Can't even remember the last time I saw an anti-green in a run, honestly. All right, is this ready yet? Almost. One of the goals that is to be a pawn that you send ice into space. Yeah, that's a hard goal. Ugh, she's back up to 95. Good God. You've never seen one? I can't remember the last time, yeah. I don't think I've seen a anti-grain in one of my games since like maybe like 1.1 or so. Like they're so rare. I probably have gotten maybe like a couple quests since then for one that I just don't remember, but so we here for a while? Nice, perfect. The plan is working. All right, so we'll sell you guys some beer. That's it. Kill thrombos. Request, yeah. Just want my dwarven babies to grow up. Don't let your dwarf babies grow up to be cowboys. Rayman's trying hard to be a cowboy. Cowdorf? Something. Selling beer, but you need to live. Yeah, but the excess we can sell. What is this about? The children got in a fist fight. Child named Lumberjack. Rayman tried to convert Lumberjack to their own religion. The children are trying to convert each other to their religion. Way to go, Rayman. Convert him to the dwarves. Excellent. Good job. Are the children getting adequate stimulation? Yes. See, they're almost growth tier 6, and he's only 6 years old, so. Cowboys in my dwarf hold. Venerating Thrumbo. Oh, man. Never getting it. I think we venerated monkeys in one of the early runs that I did of Ideology. Cow dwarves are powerful. Convert a non-dwarf to a dwarf, will accept them. We do have a non-dwarf converted. Oh my god, Romnom is converting our colony out of dwarfism. I need one of these children to be good at social. One of these dwarven children to be good at social. All right, let's try this. So first off, we got Romnom here. We're going to go ahead and hit convert on Romnom down to 86%, and then we right click here and hit conversion ritual. You see, you can do both. So if you do the one-on-one talk first and you go here, it's going to tell you can't, right? If you click on it, it's like, oh no, you did it too recently. But you can get past that by clicking on your moral guide, right clicking the symbol, and then going to conversion. So that's what I was telling you guys earlier. And then you can do both of them. Come on, I need a masterful. I need a masterful one. Romnom, please. Please, Romnom. You know, dwarves like cheese. Romnom, convert from your heathen ways. Effective. Down to 56%. Right. Can't believe you'd cheat like this. 56%. 56%. Not masterful, but good. Romnom, I'm about to imprison you now. If one of these children are good at social, you're going to prison, just so you know. 97, 96, 50. Yeah. Supplies. What do you want? 7 flak helmets. Norm. No, I'm good. Thank you. Rayman, please grow up. Please grow up, Rayman. He'll be adult before we know it. It's only day 2 of the run, so I'm probably being a little impatient on these dwarven children. Be like, why aren't you old yet? Probably. There we go. Isn't this infestation? Yeah, we just killed him. If you know how to deal with infestations, they're usually not that bad, so. We've had multiple infestations. We've just killed them all. Sounded so weak out of context, I know. Let's go, Nico. Grow up now. Cold resistant furries and freezer mountain base. Yeah, you could do that. Have I done gene implants? I did some gene stuff in the first run, yeah. Did some gene editing. Just a little, just to test it out. Nothing, like, crazy. You can make Canator run. Your pawn is cyclically deaf. Second drone dropped, and it's at max. Can enemies actually mentally break while attacking? They can, yep. They absolutely can. Watch on YouTube. Here for the lurk. Thank you. Thank you for watching over there and for lurking over here. Double dipping. I appreciate it. Someone's getting converted. I think Romnom's doing it. Romnom's already back at 59%. How long was it since the animal attack? It's on the 5th. Cassandra's off cooldown, so she's going to be attacking again soon. Already evidence. Enjoy your walk. Cassandra will be attacking again soon. Let's go ahead and we'll leave them on work for now. It's fine. Bring the children in though. Your gene tree that grows people. There's a mod for that. There's been a mod for a long time where you literally plant people, and then when it's done, they just get up and walk away. They grow like corn, and when they're harvested, they just walk away. It's so weird. All right. Vat purple of the dwarves. There we go. Let's get a name for this little child. It's Business Goat. You're in, goat. Let's make you a shotgun. All right. All right. Let you fuse animals into hybrids like some kind of mad scientist. Was that the island of Dr. Monroe? Oh my god. There has been no natural pregnancies in this run, no. None this run. All right, I'm just going to, well, let's wait and see what Cassandra does because she's about to attack. She'll attack anytime now. Then after we see what she's going to do, I think I'm going to go ahead and redo the base here. Goat, you're too big for a crib. What are you doing? Why do you have a crib assigned to you? Let's go on Bourm. I'm going to go with build a wall on a spawning hive. I don't know. I've never tried. I doubt you could do it in time, but honestly, I've never tried, so. Never tried. A new shotgun. There you go, goat. Show your shotgun. Sleep where I want. I'm not too big for a crib. Kids with guns, that's right. Caliber sniper rifle count as light range or heavy range? I don't think they are in the heavy category. I can check though. Let's see what counts. Really? Huh. So incendiary launcher, smoke launcher, EMP, heavy SMG counts as ranged heavy. Interestingly enough, sniper rifle does count, so we could technically use those, I suppose. I don't want... Snipers are good. I did a bunch of sniper playthroughs with Winston Waves not too long ago, but maybe I'll use some this one, but it's not really one of the goals, but shotguns for the shotgun god. Ain't much difference in terms of wealth. Yes, pawns are one of the biggest things that add to raid points, yep. Yeah. There's the map. This is probably not all solid, honestly. I would highly doubt. Otherwise, that would be I bet there's a big opening here somewhere, but just research whatever. I don't care. I don't care. 9 days on that peg leg child. How's your pawn doing, Soul Sapper? You're doing all right. We sent you on the road. You went on a trading caravan for a little while. You made it back alive, obviously. And after the next couple of Cassandra attacks, you'll probably go out again. Maybe. Maybe you'll go out again. We'll see. Also to open a huge overhead cavern and find a geyser. Yes. Yep. It is. If it's completely open, like there's no roof there, like it's just fog of war, not actual mountain, you can have a geyser in those. Yep. Are you a mule? No, you're not a mule. You're one of the starting 5, but we needed someone. All right, here we go. The raids. What is it? Transport pods attack preemptively. Let's see how big transport pod arrivals are now. We got 22, and they got heavy weapons. Pig people, pig people. It's a mix, actually. I do see a couple impids. Okay. Everyone in, looks like they are. Pigs with shield belts. Yeah. Ability to train turtles to attack. The thing about turtles, though, they're so slow right now, or tortoise, they're so slow that sometimes they'll get melee locked and attack anyway, even with just zoning, but yeah, it's not the same. Great stream. Just gonna lurk before you go to sleep. 6 a.m. in your time. Thank you. Thank you. Blaze it. Have a good night. There they come, and they're getting drugged up, ready to go. Drugged up, ready to go. Business Goat's first raid. Actually, Muzz, grab this. Look how slow children are at throwing EMP grenades. Holy crap. Ah, those jerks. Die, pig. Gotta fix that power thing over there. Pigs are bound to get the business. When you butcher pig skins, you just get human meat and leather, yeah. Hey, porcine. Move it or lose it. We got porcine, Meeg, Pulper, Lisa, Paunch, Boog. Speaking of Warhammer, Paunch. Guys, come on. That's just all we have, yeah. We started with axes because we were dwarves. Excuse me, porcine. Hey. Hello? Guys, it's scary in there. Did you see what was going on? Need some grudge throwers, I do. Guys, you don't want to do this. Just trust me. Just trust me, you don't want to go that way. They're starting to get hungry. They'll eventually give up and leave, yeah. If it takes too long. Major break risk, okay. I need them to come in here before we start having breakdowns. Our gun's not long enough range. They're lighting themselves on fire in the tunnel. Porcine's not moving though. Porcine's having none of it. They lit themselves on fire. They fire foam popped it. Why won't they attack? It's because Porcine's blocking their way. I have no idea why Porcine's stuck there. I think he's like trying to go set something on fire. Oh, there we go. There we go. I unclogged him. All right, let's see. Okay, we got the power back on. Rhino is not happy at all. Rhino, why are they fleeing north? Because there's an opening there. That's the closest exit to the map. Let's see, Rom's happy. They can deliver. Yeah, I gotta get this fixed. Chickens join again. Okay. Kind of runs this. This is a Dwarf run. Exclamation run. Biotech Dwarfs. All right, there we go. Shield belt. Strip that one. There we go. Put that shield belt on a VIG. There's another one. Strip that one. That shield belt. There we go. Nice. Do much larger maps? You can, yeah. This is about as high as I ever go. I usually do 275, but every now and then 325, and this one's at 325. Okay. The Dwarf Slow Jaw, that's right. Let's go on Undead King, welcome back. Let's run over because you're behind. This one started yesterday, yeah. Large maps break AI? No, not exactly. I talked about it earlier. They break AI in the sense that if you don't use zoning rules and you allow your people to just go everywhere on the friggin' map, what they'll do is they'll queue up a job and they'll ignore their own needs. Their AI will ignore their needs in order to go do that job. And that'll screw it up. And they'll end up having breakdowns or like literally starving to death or falling over from exhaustion out in the middle of the map. But the biggest downside to bigger maps is just a bigger performance hit. There's some other things too I talked about earlier in the run, earlier in the stream. But in general, the biggest thing is let's see, is the performance hit. All right, Rom, you got the bodies done. Good. Starvation on Pfeiffer. Just literally eat food, Pfeiffer. Just literally eat food. Oh, that's baby food. Okay. Are those vanilla mushrooms? Yeah, these have been in the game over a year. Yeah. Nutrifungus. Nothing you see in my game, like everything you see in mine, is there's going to be no mods. The only thing you'll see that's a mod is the 4x button, Fahrenheit and Celsius at the same time, and me being able to zoom out further. Everything else in my game, if you see it, it's not a mod. Do they taste like vanilla? I hope not. Sounds terrible. Vanilla mushrooms? That sounds awful. You can also type / mods, but actually that's out of date too. I'm not using as many as it shows there anymore, but... Oh yeah, P music. You can hear that one, but you won't see that one. That's right. Thank you, Gong Show. The Gong Show. There's a show I haven't heard about in a long time. At least the original. Thank you, Gong. Thank you for watching on YouTube. More stuff on the way, as always. All right, I'm going to do something here. So even though they're not great at it, I'm going to let some of these people mine. Is there a reason I don't build walls over the wiring? That's literally what I'm doing. And as you see, it's through here as well. But I just hadn't got to it in this run yet. That's what I'm doing. And the reason I'm moving it over, if you're wondering, is breacher attack throughs are 5 tiles wide with termites. So I need this to be at least 5 tiles wide so that they don't just destroy it. So if you're wondering why I don't just build the wall right there, it would get destroyed by breachers. Unfortunately. The reason I don't put the children haul and clean, when we were testing it, the children, I don't know if it's still like that, but when biotech first came out, if you had children assigned to like jobs like this and you had them on schedules other than like the all anything or whatever, it was worse for growth tiers and learning. I have no idea if it's still like that. There's been so many hot fixes, but that's why. I mean, we don't really need a lot of things hauled around right now anyway, but I don't know if it's still that way. Probably not, honestly. I don't know. So many things have changed so fast. That's just the nature of a new DLC, though, I suppose. That's what you were finding today as well, that if they are scheduled for stuff, they get less growth. Anything in between a completely OP kill box and open field brawls, how do you pick your defense? So my big thing, Rosie, for me, is like, especially because I'm going to be playing so much and so long, it's my job to do so, which, you know, I'm very fortunate that's the case, of course. But for me, it's like whatever I feel will be fun for that run or thematic for the run, you know? Now, also, if it's like a really hard challenge run or something like that, and we've lost a few times or something, it's like, all right, well, let's allow ourselves to use more things, you know? So it just depends. Whatever you would have more fun with. Like the no kill box run, I wasn't sure if I could actually do it, but we did a 500% no kill box run, so it's up on YouTube if anyone wants to check it out. 500% no pause, no kill box at all, no cover, no, like, you know, ovens, no heat tunnels, no trap tunnels or anything like that. Full run. I wasn't even sure if it was possible, so that was my motivation for something like that. But in a normal run, I don't know, just whatever I'm feeling that I won't get burned out doing within that week or two. What am I gonna do if I get infestation? The same thing I've done for the last like 4 infestations on this run. Kill it. So I'll just line up, melee block, and kill it. Architectural challenges for yourself. I did do something, or I was doing something similar. Like I think it was right before Ideology came out, so I didn't end up completing it. But right before Ideology came out, I was doing something where we were gonna do a run where there was like a lot of little like quirky rules or whatever, and we basically pulled them from a hat sort of thing. And one of those was something like, what was it like every room has to be connected, or all rooms have to not be connected. Everything has to have their own building, stuff like that. But outside of things like that, I haven't. No. Turn bugs into buggers, burgers. Yeah. We'll just melee block and kill bugs, and they spawn. To loop back around to that. Can't wait till these children grow up. Can't wait. Watch the schedule guide. Thank you. Thank you for watching that. Glad it helped. Thank you, Chernobyl. You'd rather fight insects than half the Xenotypes? Yeah, like I would 100% pick for one of our events. Like almost every time, I'd rather have an infestation over like a mech attack right now, for instance. A 20-year run. This one might be a long one. If I'm having fun with it, I'll keep going with it. Oh yeah, did you see the short, the YouTube short I put up for the first time I ran into impids? I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. Man, oh man. I mean, I knew that they could breathe fire, but I don't know what I was... I don't know. I thought it was going to be like a melee little fire spout or something, not like this big tear-shaped explosion. Is there a way to trigger dug too deep with dev? I don't know. I've never done that with dev mode, Trashy. I've done the normal infestation with dev mode, but I don't think I've ever done dug too deep one. Yeah, I'll do a tiny map challenge again someday. Come on, Rain Man. Growth tier 6. He's almost a growth tier 7. Can you launch the ship from under the mountain? No. You can build a ship and then you can put a roof over it, and then you can launch it from under the roof, but you can't build it under a roof. And since you can't remove overhead mountain, you can't do that. Like the text guides? Yeah, thank you. I never knew if anyone ever checks the transcript versions or not, but whether room's next to the bedroom, that right now is just a bug killing hallway. Yeah, we actually built a roof over part of the ship in the last run, and people were like, don't let them build that roof over there. You won't be able to launch the ship. And I was like, no, it doesn't work that way. But it is a common misconception. You can't build it under a roof, but you can actually launch it from a roof if you build the roof over the ship after you build the ship. There's not really a reason to build it, I guess, a roof over it, but you can. To their eggs or whatever for toxic. So the cocoons seem to be really rare right now, Vegemite. Even on polluted maps, the cocoons seem to be too rare. Not sure why. Transcripts are great. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for letting me know. I'll keep doing them then. I mean, it's just the script that I or Smurf or both of us typed up. Well, what I use the water for, I'm just using it for a, I will use it just for heat, to get heat out of the base. So when we need more power, I'll probably use this area for power. And also as a way to use the telescope. Actually, I'm curious if there's more thin rock roof right there. If there's more thin rock roof right there, we'll probably use that for like our mineral scanner and stuff. Thanks, Otrin. Right now, yeah, I was worried about that. Overmade that, so we're not using vat babies right now. Got a lot of extra baby food. But anyway, right now we're fixing the power issue and we're letting the babies grow up. Actually gonna shrink this a little bit. Other ponds not eat baby food. They can, but I should have probably just let them. I turned it off because earlier we were having really bad food problems. We were literally having people close to starving to death. We actually had a baby starve to death earlier. And so I turned the baby food thing off temporarily, and I just never turned it back on. All right, that should help. Getting it though from your experience. Don't know if there's a meme. I wonder if Ascetic interacts with it at all. Ascetic's eating baby food. Sounds good to me. Sloth actually has a 7 there. Alright, children, I am actually going to set you to clean. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm the worst parent ever. Yeah, there's no other research we really need right now, so I'm just... It's fine. The main ones that are idle are the children, so the children can't research anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I could just have research to just have it, but... Like, maybe we eventually make the flat screen, but... Kids can't research. They're too dumb. That's right. Oh, is this ready? Okay, ROM. ROM's already back up to 80%. Oh my god. Oh my god. Birthing rooms left? Those are individual barracks. Dev mode to remove mental state? You can't use that yet. Lack of bushy beards. Well, that's because we only have one. I have one. These children should grow up into bushy beards. Too happy? They're a high mate. It's going to be almost impossible to make them super unhappy. They're a high mate. Individual barracks. That's right. If one of these children ends up having good social, Romnom's going to jail for a little bit. Count as 3 other people, so each of those individual rooms is the barracks. That's right. That's right. Gotta be careful saying things like that, though, or I'll have someone, especially later on in the comments, they're like, what, really? No. No, not really. Not really. What? For real? Was there a short gene? Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Yeah, that would have been nice. Power restored. Would it be worth arresting them? I don't have anyone that can convert them in prison. So last time I arrested someone that was really good at social and really good at proselytizing, and I had all crappy social people, because all my doors are bad at social, by the way. Last time I did that, the prisoner started converting the people coming in to convert them. The person would come in and try and convert them. They're like, no, let me tell you about my God instead. And the people would start getting converted. So, yeah. In fact, it was a prostitute that was doing that. Oh, man. One of the craziest, well, definitely the craziest first episode of any series I've ever done is the Fluid Ideology playthrough. If you go to !fluid, it's one of the craziest stories in that first episode as well.
Your steadfast
It was a
loyalty
naked
is
brutality
greatly
run in the
appreciated.
jungle against Randy, and it's the epitome of how terrible Randy can be, how just god awful he can punish you in the jungle in the early game, right? So that first episode of the Fluid Run has so many RimWorld stories in it. I remember someone coming in, we were like 4 years in, and we just finished our first research. Yes, 4 years in, double the length of this run. We just finished researching beds, and someone was like, "You're not very far from being 4 years in." I'm like, you are telling the truth. Like, it's crazy. But anyway, in that one, it was my colonist, and we got a good kind of recruit, and we needed to convert her. And she was that child idol, prostitute idol background. Don't read that background, by the way. It's terrible, terrible. And we were trying to convert her, and she started converting my colonist, and I only had one person, so she was gonna make my ideology just die out. So I killed her. Twitch streamer admits to having problems with prostitutes. Locked her in the closet. Later killed her. Squeezy, thank you for the 4 months. Thank you, Squeezy. Beemo, 9 months. A Twitch baby. Oh, it was absolutely awful. I had 2 to 3 diseases at a time. A little bit of spoilers about that run. The run was saved by a man in black, but maybe not the way you think. My character was literally laying down, dying. He was like wiggling outside because he had like 3 diseases. And a man in black showed up. I was like, oh. The man in black came and nursed me back to health. But then we were starving to death. So I took the man in black's clothing off. I put them on and I killed him and ate him to survive. So we named him Meals in Black. I'm telling you, the beginning of the Fluid Ideology Run, absolutely nuts. Check it out sometime. It's a long one though. It's a long VOD. Good old Meals in Black. It's a RimWorld. It's RimWorld. All right. What's next? Gotta get this set up. Rain Man, almost 7 years old. Gotta keep an eye on this cooldown. 4 years behind an IKEA bed. Meals on Wheels. Meals in Black and Mo Lester. Interesting names. Really is. Claw, what's going on here? Doors don't fight each other. Rhino called Claw a flamingo. That would be a pretty bad insult for a dwarf, I suppose. Guys, chill out. I heard a bite. I don't want that. You watched the melee run not too long ago? Oh yeah, the melee run. Yeah, that was definitely the hardest run I've ever done. Not even close. People still ask me. It's like, especially after I did the no kill box, no cover run, and people were like, "Is this the hardest run you've ever done?" I was like, "Absolutely not." Like, it's nowhere near as hard as the melee only run. Not even close. Yeah, I heard that bite. Tiny Map was your favorite? Yeah, Tiny Map 500% didn't exist back then, so I need to do that one again someday. See how 500% on Tiny Map is. So did Cassandra only hit us once this time? Looks like we only got a single Cassandra hit, so that's good. All right. I do those. I'm moving our food production over there. Moving our food production over there, since I'm doing individual rooms, I'm going to need a lot of rooms, so. What does Cassandra mean? Cassandra is a storyteller, one of 3 baseline storytellers. She's like an extension of the difficulty. So she dictates how events happen in your game, along with Randy and Phoebe. So many mushroom fields, yeah. We eat a lot of mushrooms as little dwarves. Started a new Mechanicsware run yesterday. Got attacked by one guy who knocked out your constructoid. Constructoid created a masterwork bed. It's a work of art, portrayed the settlement being attacked. Your mech has trauma. It's pretty awesome. I mean, I'm sorry for your mech. Sorry, mech. Can raids spawn from the north? No. They cannot. They cannot. Speaking of Phoebe, Phoebe is just an easier Cassandra. So Phoebe has a longer cycle of attacks. She only attacks 1 at a time instead of 2 at a time. So The game says she can hit just as hard as Cassandra, and it's technically true on an individual raid. She does roll the same, hooray, raid points. But, yeah, she's not as hard. Guys, our first vat baby dwarf, Rain Man, has reached his first growth points. All right, Rain Man. Hey! Wait a minute. That's Pegleg Child's up. Ah, screw Pegleg Child. They're not a dwarf. All right, Rain Man, let's see what our first dwarven child gets. Melee, construction, social, plants, tough. Easy pick. Easy pickup. Social, construction, plants. Oh, only 2 for him. We actually need another planter. Construction. All the dwarves are already good at construction, pretty much. Let's get another plant. Which conventional storyteller? I think Cassandra is, on average, harder than Randy. And that's after playing literally like thousands of hours against each of them. Should we melee? No. We already have our melee blockers. Social is something that we really need. So social, plants, and tough. All right. All right, Rain Man, look at you. Look at you, little guy. 6 social. Rain Man can now put out fires. Rain Man can't be a warden until he's 10 years old? Why not recluse? I wonder. All right, Pegleg Child is the one that had Abasia, right? This is the Abasia Child. What are you doing, Abasia Child? Oh my god, there's still a work zone down there. How dare you go to the place I allow you to go to? Get back home. Oh, we got lucky with the Abasia Child. They got fast walker, but they're a baseliner. Okay. Why can't my 6-year-old threaten people into slavery? Watch a ship, I'm losing funds. That's awesome. Yeah, thank you for letting me know. And congrats. Just want to say that sub bomb drop was amazing. That was unreal. Yeah, Drew. I still can't believe it really happened. Really crazy. So Hash Monkey will be getting to, oh man, he's so close to growth tier 7. Hopefully he gets to growth tier 7. 10 years old. I gotta wait 3 more quadrums. Biotech does not have a new ending, unfortunately, Tio. Spent all the sub money on gummy worms. No. No. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed that Biotech doesn't have its own ending. Yeah. Do you not need lights in bedrooms? You do not. Nope. Mood doesn't change while they're sleeping, so the debuff for being in the dark while they're sleeping does nothing. So you don't need lights in bedrooms unless you're doing something else in those bedrooms, like eating at a table or something. No. Do I not have a fridge? Not really. I have beer fermenting in a cooler room. That's it. Now, that's true. If you are tending to someone, you want that place to be lit. But if they're just sleeping, if they're literally just sleeping, they don't need light where they're sleeping. But you definitely want light where you're tending to people. How old was this? Oh, that one was 10. Okay. Best in slot armor for shooting specialist. I don't think shooting specialist changes it, so. I mean, whatever the highest defense helmet you have, obviously cataphract is the best. And then if you aren't kiting at all, if you're basically being stationary while shooting always, then cataphract armor. If you're moving while shooting and like kiting and stuff, so you don't want to slow down, then you will use flak vest and the traditional clothing setup. Having so little interactions in DLCs is sad, yeah. I think so too. Aberration ending. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. Yeah, I think a lot of people are in the same boat as you there. Let's see. We got the 2 thick there. So you want 2 thick, and then shoot from here. Okay. Okay. I was originally going to do this the other direction, but I changed my mind earlier. Be your preferred farming input for a biofuel refinery? It's just whatever I'm overproducing, yeah. So I usually just use whatever the crop is I'm overproducing. Now, if you're on a map with lots of wood, wood is a really great one to use. But yeah, it's just whatever I'm overproducing in that run, which usually ends up being mushrooms or rice. But yeah, wood is a good option, especially if you're on somewhere like a tropical tile, swamp. You know, even temperate forest, if you're not using wood in a lot of other ways, like you're not using wood for a lot of traps over and over. So, do you bother spending the time crafting higher quality beds? I do. Yeah. About mid game, I try to get everyone to an excellent bed or better. Wood make dryads. It's an option too, yeah, for sure. Let's let them finish this side first. Let's check on Cassandra here. So Cassandra is off cooldown. She'll be able to attack us with a raid similar size to that last one we got. I think I need to bring this down like I was talking about earlier. There we go. Higher quality beds, less time sleeping. Yep. Excellent. And so things really change at excellent as well. So excellent with one thing attached to the bed kind of caps out if you're looking for like comfort increase, but for actual like rest recovery rate, then yeah, masterwork is where things really get super good. So getting excellent or better beds is good, is very good, not just for comfort. Yeah. Put a bunch of beds and deconstruct. Yep, that's what I usually do. Yep. Yep. A bite pleasure trait. All right. Can't wait to see what Hash Monkey gets now. Hash Monkey did make it to growth tier 7. He's pretty close to growth tier 8. He might get there right before he almost said leveled up, right before he grows up. Are mushrooms the only food available inside a mountain? No, you can literally grow anything. Anything that you can grow in stony soil, you can grow here. You're going to need light for it, but I could grow Devil Strand over a mountain if I wanted. Been playing with the DLCs over the last 3 days. Seems overwhelming learning them all at once. Yeah, I imagine so, yeah. It's a lot, especially the ideology in biotech. Hey, you're not supposed to be out there. Get inside, peg-leg child. 3 years later. Smoke leaf binge on this 10-year-old girl? Will I grow beyond mushrooms? My people get a bonus for eating mushrooms, so I probably won't grow any other food source because we actually get a mood increase for the mushrooms. But I will end up getting hydroponics somewhere, or like I said, just a sun lamp, and grow some other things we need like medicine and maybe psychite. All right, there's a little trick to this. Is there only 2 smoke leaf joints? We're just gonna let her do it. I probably shouldn't, but I am. There she goes. 10 years old. The joint is bigger than her entire body. Do you have to worry about temperature in caves and building your colony? You do, yeah. It can get pretty cool in there. We actually was getting, had people getting frostbite earlier, and I had to build the heaters. There she goes. She smoked all the smoke leaf joints. How am I going to deal with big infestations? I'll melee block and kill them with shotguns. Eventually, I'll have a bait room, though. Eventually. Come on, Ash Monkey, grow up. Yeah, I'm not going to do combat pets in this one, though. I wonder how many more. I think that and any additional like fungus can just be done here. I think that'll be about all we need for planting, even later on. So I think I can go ahead and make the bug trap over here. And we can always push it further if we need to. Where's all my smoke leaf? A 10-year-old girl definitely didn't smoke at all. No. Bait room isn't perfect. No, it's not, but it is a pretty high percent. If I really want the bait room to work almost always, I would put it way, way, way over here. But that would be a long way to light it on fire. I could just have it self-sufficient with an IED, I guess. I usually don't do that, but could do it. Of course, I do want some of the bug meat and stuff, so we'll probably just fight the infestations for a while. Devil Strain. I don't know that I'm going to plant Devil Strain in this one. If I do, it'll probably be a long time from now. All right, let's see. 5 days on that. Rom Nom. For it again. Back up to 81 already. Down to 69%. Nice. Is there a guide to making a good classroom for children? Not really, but you don't really... All you need is a desk and 3 blackboards connected to it, and you've pretty much made them a good one. 3 blackboards connected to a desk. Put some chairs there for some extra comfort. What am I doing for colonist clothing then? For now, I've just been using like cloth and leather and whatever we get. But... What's the ribcage shaped door with all the rooms? That is our shotgun kill box. Shotgun kill setup. You'll stick around, you'll be able to see it in action here pretty soon. Cassandra's off cooldown, so she should be attacking us pretty soon. It's yeah, it's what I refer to as a shotgun tunnel, yep. There you go, a raid. Alright, what is it? Scatter drop, attacking immediately. Okay. Child's. Grab that shotgun. Oh, wait, grab that shotgun. Okay, what kind? Oh, there's a lot already dropping nearby. Okay. All these children with shotguns. Good lord. Oh my lord. I'm okay if our shield belt breaks here, but I don't want... We gotta keep an eye... Well, it's so dumb that they do that. Anyway, I gotta keep an eye on if the enemies have any... low shields. Not seeing any low shields yet. Is this set up a new... No, I've used shotgun tunnels for years. Just the nature of this run is I'm just using them in this run, yeah. I don't know what's meta or whatever, but no, these have worked for a long time, yeah. What are those little kids back there? Just waiting. Just waiting. Meta's company. Oh, he got absolutely destroyed there. Kid's barely bigger than the EP grenades. What does the column do? The column's just left over. It does the same thing as the barricade. It's just, I haven't changed it out yet. We don't need it anymore, actually. You like how these guys keep setting fires and putting them out? That feels like they should probably change that. What? The boar attack? I'm gonna have to double wall the power conduit because Itakeen boar hit power conduits through the wall. No mechs this run. They are bugged. They're just trying to continuously light fires. They can't because they put the fire out. Guys, come on. Can boars go over barricades? I don't think they can, actually. I think that's probably what's going on. I think boar, or I'll have to check. I think boar is stopped by barricades. I think that's probably an oversight. That's what's going on. Boars can't cross barricades. And so the boar is like, I don't have a path into the base. Growth moment for Hash Monkey. Nice. Good timing. Guys, you can't set them on fire. Now, you were asking about new meta. Here's the new meta. I know it's an intentional choice. I'm talking about it might be an oversight from the developers as far as the Itakeen boar soldiers not being able to interact with it. To the column setup? Yeah, maybe. But anyway, this is the new meta. You have it where they just try to set things on fire forever, and they eventually starve to death. I don't know. I thought he was pointing that at her. Yeah, I know the column. Yeah, the columns will let the pig in. That's true. It's already broken though. Yes, he has a triple rocket launcher. Yeah. Wait till they hear how good we did back home. Goat's coming to insult peg leg child. That's the best person for you to insult, Goat. Way to go. Guys, come on. Leave Piggy alone. Child, I will melee you. We're gonna have a friggin' breakdown. Lots of breakdowns. They're stuck. They don't hate it. They're stuck in a loop of trying to set things on fire, and they can't because they put a foam popper on it. So I guess I'll just get rid of this. Doesn't happen anymore. There, they gave up. See ya. Really silly. Really silly. So with the Itakeen, we're probably going to have to use the pillar one. So that doesn't happen. Alright. Man, I don't want to accidentally kill that child. It's like, I really feel like if I melee them, they're just going to die. But boy, is it causing a lot of issues right now. You're starving to death? I'm not going to eat food. I have too many people to insult. Yeah, I need to get another power set up. Yep. Go, please. Come on, goat. Guys, oh yeah. Man, you're going to get beat up, little goat. It's so ridiculous how high it stacks. Like, this guy's going to sit in his prison. And for like multiple days, for 2 days, he's going to sit there thinking about this 7-year-old that insulted him. All right. Let's see what Hash Monkey's growth is here. I don't need any more brawlers. Man, I don't want any of those, really. It's unfortunate. Let's see. Oh, we don't have shooting specialists anymore. I was just thinking about shooting specialists, but... Much else to do in that prison? That's true, yeah. Muzz and Business Goat. What does childcare get you? It gets you more selection for more passions and more options on your traits, yeah. I guess we'll go pretty medical social. Not exactly what I wanted, but... Oh my god, Muzz. These children are out here in the forest beating each other to death. Rayman's coming to watch. We're not even allowed to go out here. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Did you see that? I saw that. There's literally one dot out there they can go to. That was to pick something up in the early game. Teenage Fight Club. Prepubescent Fight Club. Quest failed. Yeah, I think I barely missed out on the final growth tier. Yeah. I think so. I believe so. Let's take this outside. And they did. All of them did. Double Passion, Top Nimble Brawler. Plays on that. Exhaustion on goats. Yeah, I wonder why. Is there any win conditions besides launching in vanilla? There's 2 different ways to launch, but no. With no DLC at all, you can either build and launch the ship, or you can travel to and launch the ship. That's the only 2. Royalty added the Stellark protection and launch. Ideology added the Arco Nexus. Prepubescent Fight Club. Quest failed noise. Yeah, I noticed that too. Alright. I also need an artist dwarf. It's working pretty awesomely against normal raids. So that was good to see, at least. Way to unlock 4th speed without mods. You can turn on developer mode. Turn on developer mode, your 4 key will automatically go to the top speed. That's the only way outside of mods. No new ending. There is a new tree. There's the... What's the name of that tree that removes pollution? Can drop pod raids? No. Drop pod raids cannot go through Overhead Mountain. Do I just eat my food too quickly for it to spoil? Yes. Hardly ever use a fridge or freezer. With fungus, we probably will in the long run. Like, we need a lot of people, because fungus actually deteriorates at 30 days to 40 or 60 like the other crops, but... Plasteel, Murph. Plasteel. Schmidt's Rescue. No. No. No, Schmidt. I don't think so. Not today, Schmidt. Not today. Really bothered by Romnom's resistance here. 97%. I think I'm going to go ahead and start working on this next section of this, even though we're not going to use it quite yet. Gotta make sure I just don't connect it all the way, because I don't want raids to be able to circumvent our current setup. But making packaging survivor meals is getting the second ingredient. That's too much work. I already have... I prefer pemmican even on non-tribal ones to package survivor meals for a couple reasons. But anyway, I have that set up for excess. So how I have it set up for anyone that wasn't here is basically I make however many simple meals I need and stop at that limit, and then I have it set for only meat and animal products. That way the stuff that deteriorates first gets cooked first. And then I have a second one set up that is all that plus vegetables, so then it goes into that. And then I have a third one set up that if we have capped on everything and there's still meat that needs used before it's going to rot, then we turn into pemmican. What does the right side turret do? It causes collision. I have a guide about it. It causes collision. Exclamation pathing will explain it in more detail if you want. There we go. The good thing about pemmican is that they can eat only the amount of it that they need. So for anyone that doesn't know, meals actually overcap your hunger. It's more nutrition than you need on a normal pond. But pemmican, they can eat the exact amount that they need, kind of like with raw food. So pemmican is pretty efficient in that way. It just takes a long time for it to make. Let's see. So Cassandra can attack us again. I'm a little leery about going out too far. I'm almost at the end, yeah. Who or what is AMA? AMA is Ask Me Anything. Type exclamation AMA for an explanation on it. No, I'm actually backing off here. I'm getting high value wealth-wise. I don't think it's that high well. I mean, well, I'm comparing it to like packaged survival meals, you know, so. Don't get the boob off, like nice meals. Well, yeah, of course, yeah. Pods deal with food poisoning or any other sickness that causes vomiting as well. That's also true, yeah. That's another good point. Yeah, in this kind of run where we're gonna have fungus only, we'll end up doing a fridge at some point. Not super important right now, but it's harder to get it perfect with this because fungus rots in 30 instead of 40 or 60 days. So you have less time on that setup that I usually use. Down to 69% again. No. All right. Not nice. That's where it just stays. It just stays there. Someday Romnom will come over to our Dwarven religion. Yeah, I do that quite a bit too in the late game. It's also going to be weird to like readjust. So last time I did a few mountain bases recently, but it was before biotech. So now that all of our people are eating more, we need it for like the vats and everything. Like there's going to be, it's going to be weird to try to figure out exactly how much to grow now. Actually, I need more children. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. 20 dwarves, yeah. Adults, whatever. Yeah, I don't know though. I might go with the pollution pumps this time. 7 dwarves and a high mate. It's about what we have. But I do think once our food gets back up again, I'm gonna start putting some more children in vats, you know. But trying to wait here and see if Cassandra's gonna attack again before I wrap things up. But shall see. We're gonna way through the cheese run. Could learn the most overpower stuff for Mercies. Yeah, the cheese run is kind of nuts. Definitely push things to the limit in the cheese run. Lots of chain shotguns. Do the people flirt with that married high mates? I haven't seen it yet. I'll have to check. Phage proposed to join your colony. I read its stats. The letterbox disappeared. Ouch. That sucks.
Our modest fellowship expands. Praise the sub.
We're getting a slowdown right there, so we'll light that up. One hand only. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. I want to ask any questions about that name. Thank you. Thank you for using that here. Using MechLink construction bot arrived. Destroyed 4 tiles overhead mountain. That's interesting. Like it actually deleted the overhead mountain tiles, or is that what you mean? Do constructoids airdrop through the roof and immediately begin repairing them? Drugs! We're researching drugs! Gotta love drugs. Hey, it's that tech guy again. When's our next child growing up anyway? Muzz is 2 years off. Lumberjack's 2 years off. 5 for 3. Well, not really years, you know, seasons, whatever, but. All right, how close are we on this? All right, it's ready. It's ready. Come on. We can actually increase this another 1.1%. Nah, it's okay. Come on, Rom Nom. Masterful. It's not a new kill box. I've used it before. I actually used shotgun boxes way, like a long time ago, like years and years ago. So it's just another shotgun box. Rom Nom, please. Please, Rom Nom. You're ruining our colony with your happy-go-lucky, iron-willed attitude. Masterful, 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 please. Effective 45. That's as low as we've ever seen them as 45. New on this run. Oh, yeah, this is just an extension of this one, yeah. So it's just a double. It's a double one. Curious about something. Let me look. right. Well. We're actually getting low on food again. Now that I've switched the fungus over there. I had a feeling that would happen, especially no longer growing that, but it's gonna be good in the long run. Just gotta make sure. I might just release that prisoner right now. Let's just do it. Just release them. They're just costing us food, and we're not ready to go into Royal anyway. Why you don't add speakers for higher percent? We're tribal. We have drums. We don't have speakers. There's literally nothing else I can add. So, excitation, social impact, room participants. That is all that matters, and how recently it was performed. Do the game. Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. Yeah, I was actually thinking about it. I was like, no, but we were tribal, so we don't have access to you. Well, either way, conversion is different. Sorry, all over the place. No, this is just a conversion. It's not the ritual for like mood or any events or whatever. So it works a little bit differently. And we are tribal, so we don't have access to. If you're talking about rituals, we don't have access to the dance party at all. Psychic refining, sure. Don't mind if I do. All right, the prisoner's gone. Not eating our food anymore. We are getting low in food, though. We have some mushrooms coming in. You like the dance party more, but prefer tribal starts? Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, also the dance party and the drum festival are actually kind of the best festival. I mean, that's subjective, really, but they also, if you haven't looked, they can give you a work speed boost as well. So they can give you the mood, whatever your reward is, and a work speed boost, which is kind of crazy. 16 golds. Nice. Nice. I need to close this. I'm actually okay with raiders breaking through it to leave. I want to close it in the meantime. Shotgun tunnel. What plane was? Gotcha. So can't build it without the guide, the singularity one. I built it on the, I finally built it without the guide, just from memory on the last run. I kept looking at it, I was like, this can't be right, but. Yeah, so you can grow the wild mushrooms, the timber shrooms, just by putting this flooring down and just leaving it in the dark, and timber shrooms will just spawn naturally, and you can harvest them for wood. It's not a lot of wood, but over time, it can get you a little bit. Speaking of, we're gonna need some more wood soon. Some more wood soon. Well, Cassandra might only be attacking once this time. Yeah, it looks like she's probably on cooldown, so. All right. That stuff out of there. So we could start having the kid do some harvesting, but he's gonna like, let's have him do some growing, but not harvesting. To start with. Otherwise, he's gonna botch so many of these. Right now, every mushroom is very important. So good timing on those coming in. Good timing on those mushrooms. Okay. Pad, when you try doing mountain bases, we've had like 4, maybe it's 3. I don't know, we had 3 or 4 infestations. Actually would prefer the infestation over mech raids. What I'm surprised about is we haven't had a mech cluster. That's what I'm surprised about. Literally no mech cluster. I can't even remember the last time Like, how are we not at a mech cluster? We've gone through 2 years. Cannot remember the last time that that's happened. Another abasia. Ugh. What's that tortoise doing to that? 29-year-old baseliner capable of violence. Really do not want them. I'm not supposed to do any sacrifices either. I'm actually gonna, oh, man, I shouldn't do, I'm gonna reject it. There's a trick that I could go out there and make this not impact us at all, but I'm not gonna do it. Even though I know how to do it, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna reject them. But, do you have mech cluster turned off? No. Can raiders attack from the north? They cannot. Can you train attack turtles? Not anymore. Is this still the first biotech save? No, we finished that one. This is the second one. What's the trick? If you go out, if you see someone that has abasia, you see how they're on the map still? If you go out there before you click anything on the menu and you just kill them, you don't get any downside. There's no downside. It doesn't count as like abandoning them. It doesn't count as banishing them. It doesn't count as killing a colonist or colonist dying. I mean, if they're a relative, obviously you'll get a downside for the person's relative dying. But if you have the abasia menu up and you don't select anything, you postpone it and you just go kill them where they're laying, don't worry about that. Don't any of that. Adam, that's cruel. Welcome to RimWorlds. Etc. Capture the cells of the Empire. Pretty far away. Heavy bloodlust, yeah. Gene modding for a normal save looks like an ultra late game thing. You can actually get into gene modding relatively early, so it's not a super, and they made it a little bit faster too. So you can actually get the base gene stuff right after electricity, so not too far in. Like the archite genes, obviously that's going to be like a later thing. But as far as just normal genes, they've made it a little bit faster. Not only can you get it just right after electricity, it shows 2000 because I'm tribal, it's usually faster. But also they reduce the time it takes to harvest a gene to 12 hours instead of 24. So even that's faster. And genes now grow back faster as well. There's a hot fix for both of those things. So I think genes, you know, getting some of them going early is relatively viable. Now, creating like superhumans is yeah, like ultra late game, I would say. That's a lot of Nutrifungus plots per person. Yep. Ever use tool cabinets? I do, yep, every single run. Usually the time I add tool cabinets is when we get to fabrication. Usually wait till fabrication. And then I put my fabrication benches down, I put the tool benches down, and I put the other crafting stuff nearby. Extract the one pawn's brain. No, I have no idea, but RGO, that has happened with some other people too. All right, I was wanting another event to happen, but I need to wrap things up. I gotta go, and I got a second stream to do, but I literally have to run and get my daughter. So we're gonna have to continue this tomorrow morning. It's, you know what's kind of weird? We've had an infestation at the beginning of like every one of these. I wonder if we'll have another infestation at the beginning of the stream tomorrow. But let me end this recording for the YouTubes, and I'll tell you guys when you can see me again. Spoiler, it's going to be in about 2 hours. But yeah, let me save this here.